And chat, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Today, we are going to be doing Briardien. Apparently, Briardien and Hildebrand have separate quest lines in the 3.x patches. And we're going to be doing those today and next week. If I have time at the end of this stream, depending on how long Briardien takes, I will also do some Conjurer quests to get up to the point where I can turn into a white mage. But yeah, Danny may be a little late because his monitor just imploded and he's trying to sort that out. But I've got Minda on, and I'll bring him on right now. Yo.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Better than Danny.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shitty thing to have dropped on you.
Yeah, like some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Although I do have a funny technical difficulty story from work yesterday.
Yeah?
Not last night, but 2
Actually,
days ago.
pause what you're saying. I need to readjust my headphones.
Alright.
Completely forgot to put on the TV headset.
Oh, whoops.
There. Now I can hear the game.
Alright, so 2 days ago I go into work, and I get told by my boss that, oh, by the way, something is wrong with the internet. We can't figure it out, but, you know, Minda, you're technically savvy. Maybe you can figure out why the internet isn't working. And I say, sure, okay, I can give it a shot. So I do all the things, do all the checks, start trying to figure out all the connections where things are going wrong. And I realize fairly quickly that the router is just completely broken. Like, the router will not even turn on, which is a much easier problem to diagnose than most internet problems, you know? Like, most internet problems are, it says I have full bars, but Google isn't connecting. What the fuck? Well, why are you lying to me?
Yeah.
But no, this time, easy problem to identify. The router is off and will not turn on no matter what I do to it. You know, I tried hitting the power button a couple times, try plugging it into a different outlet, try all, you know, this, that, and the other thing, and whatever. And so, like, I text my boss back saying, it's like, I looked, the router's broken. Now I can't do anything about it. So I go through the night without any internet, which is a little bit of a hassle because I do have a couple emails I'm supposed to send out every day, but can't obviously do that. But whatever, it is what it is. The night goes on. The next morning, I'm telling people, you know, what all's going on, because, like, there's other stuff going on around the office besides just the router not working. And I go, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the internet is out of the office because the router's broken. Look, see? And when I hit the router, it turned back on.
Magic.
Oh, 1 point short of 69. God damn it, Rose. You couldn't have held me in just a smidge higher regard.
Rose, I want a 69 from you. Wait a minute.
So what turned out to be the problem with it, do you know? Or did you just leave it alone?
I don't know, but percussive maintenance did the trick.
Should probably look into getting it replaced anyway.
There's a reason why there's literally a term for it.
I wish the percussive maintenance worked for me.
Yeah. You should probably look into getting that replaced anyway, Minda. No, not
probably.
the entrance in Card Square. God damn it. Oh well.
Actually, I'm looking right now, and here, I posted it in the server. The fashion report this week is actually very easy. A couple of dyes and the cloud gloves.
Ah, pay to win, I see.
Well, not really pay to win. You just have to bulk. Yeah, I mean, technically, yes, you do have to pay for a month. And I do have one person on my server who is exclusively a free trial player, And so they've been having a blast this past week because they just got Stormblood. So they just got a new expansion this week. They didn't just get they didn't get like 3 quests in a dungeon. They got a whole fucking new expansion.
Nice.
This was a big patch for them.
Yeah, and they what's the word? They get everything except for the ultimate fight.
Yeah, which is a shame, but still.
Are all the ultimate fights locked behind actual subscription?
Apparently. Well, it came up now because Stormblood was the first expansion to even have any ultimate fights.
Oh, fair enough.
So this was like a thing that people were anticipating. It's like, oh yeah, with Stormblood going free to play, you could theoretically have a group of players do Ultima, woo-woo, as I like to call it. Ultimate Weapon, Ultimate, woo-woo.
Yep.
And you could have like a group of free-to-play players
Ukop as well.
Ultima, do woo-woo. But then, like, at the last minute, right before the patch came out, they were just like, Ultima, and I think Ultimate Alexander is the other fight that came out in Stormblood. The Ultimate fights are not available to free-to-play players. It was like, oh, well, shit.
Damn.
So they need some incentives.
Yeah.
Now that half the game is free.
Mm-hmm.
Up through 4.0. Oh, that's a cool plesiosaur.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Susasaurus. If I remember right, it's not too much on the market board.
Cute. Very cute.
I'll go check. So we are heading to Foundation today.
Yes. Just so Chad is aware. Oh, I can pray return. What am I doing? Nope, not ley lines. God damn it.
Mine's Black Brustration, my home.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I must have like misclicked on Black Brustration Station sometime we were passing through because that's now my home page.
Well, that's
my
weird.
Home teleport.
That's a first.
Yeah.
But yeah, chat. I now have 11 new mounts in the rotation because I grinded Praetorium for weeks, every morning with Minda and Danny, and got all the mounts from the 10th anniversary event.
Oh yeah. We should go out to Central Highlands and just check those out.
Oh yeah, and I should hear the music too.
Yeah, just teleport to Foundation and then teleport to the Gates of Judgment from the Aetheryte. And I'll take you right outside.
Obviously, no one say what they're from.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's the Binosaur.
Hey.
System.
Yeah, the T-Rex mount is one that I used for a long time on my main.
Well, we figured the appearance of the mounts don't really spoil anything besides color themes, and that's not really enough to go on. And the music doesn't have any lyrics that will spoil anything. They've got lyrics, but they're not descriptive enough to reveal anything.
That's okay. I can't make out lyrics in Final Fantasy XIV music anyway.
Mostly because you're in the middle of fights.
Okay, the descriptions say a fair amount, so I will not read the descriptions.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Alright, so we want to listen to all the mounts music, so let's go down the list.
Remember that by moving, you'll make the music louder.
Yeah, so you'll want to run around a little bit to hear the music.
Alright, so this is just the regular Chocobo music. I'm moving around so I can hear the music.
Okay, so but like with the Chocobo, it was like. Okay, I see. Oh, you're just doing this for all the mounts. Gotcha.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of the mount music since the regular Chocobo.
Yeah.
Because we shut it off immediately because I was annoyed by the Chocobo theme. And wanted to hear the regular area music. Oh, it's playing the Final Fantasy VI Overworld music.
Yep.
Yep.
It's because this is the music that played when the three Magicikamas were walking towards Nashi at the start.
Didn't have time to do Praetorium, so you got no new mounts? That sucks. I'm going to hide the mounts behind this menu and just listen to their music so that I can be surprised when the mounts show up in my rotation. Well, this is fine music. The guitar kind of reminds me of Risk of Rain.
Yeah, this one's the first generic mount music. There's a later one as well, but I don't think you've got any with it. Yeah, Sanctuary's right.
Hey, there's the Binosaur. So what bisexual music are we going to listen to? Bisexuals are apparently associated with piano.
Quite a lot of them will have this track. And this one.
The Heavensward mount music that plays with the Magitech Claw and Binosaur is a remix of Midgard Stormer's theme / the First Brood's theme. Oh, cool. It says disembodied head, but it looks like this is just another Ahriman. From what I can see behind the text window.
I mean, if you get a better look at the mount, you can see that it is in fact the head.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you remember when we went to Tamtara Hard? This was the final boss there. It was a bear's head that was resurrected via white magical necromancy.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, you remember that whole storyline with like the fiance who was carrying her dead husband's wife, her dead fiance's head around.
Yup, that was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, she turned his head into a boss fight, and now we get to ride it.
All right, what's the Sabatender's Gold Saucer theme? I'll bet. Yep, it's shutting that off. It's just the Ellison mount is the generic one. Big Shell is generic. Antelope Stag is generic. Alright, Christmas music.
Oh yeah, because that's the Christmas mount. You remember that now.
Oh no, this is the third generic music, I believe. The one that was introduced much more recently. I think it was like Shadowbringers era onwards.
Ah, gotcha. Alright, let's see what the 10th anniversary Phoenix gives me. Ah, the Prelude. Very quiet Prelude.
I love how you're just flying circles around the...
Prelude's such a good piece of music.
So simple, but...
Alright, this is generic.
This would be a new theme.
And familiar.
How many mounts are there, and are the ones you can only get in the cash shop?
Hundreds and a dozen, and hundreds and dozens are the answer to those two questions, respectively.
Yeah, do you recognize that music at all? It's also from another Final Fantasy.
It's from what?
It's from 12.
12's music is very good, but it all kind of blends together in my head.
That's fair.
Like, it's very homogenous. It's homogenous in a way that's not bad. It's very consistent with its theme and style, but very little of it differentiates, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely one of those soundtracks that doesn't seem like it's trying to make a statement or stick around in your memory.
And honestly, that works very well for video game music. Like, if music underpins what's going on without distracting from it, that's good video game music. Which is why Dragon Quest XI's music is so bad.
Yeah, it's like there's like a lot of there's like a big argument to be made. Like I remember seeing a video essay about this topic like a few years ago, because like this is also like a trend that's been happening. Oh, here we go. First doggo music.
Well, that's pretty good. Second doggo. Oh, I immediately like this one.
I do too.
Yeah. Good music, but I feel like I don't like the coloration on this doggo quite as much. Something later about it.
I can only see the icon. I'm not looking at the right side of the screen. But I like blue.
Yeah, I like this one. Like, I actually used... This was another mount that I used for a long time on my main. Even when I had, like, the full set of, you know, doggos. I could get the, like, special collector's mount.
Man, I never pass up an opportunity to trash talk Dragon Quest XI's music, do I? It's just so ostentatious in a way that the composer clearly wants you to listen to the music instead of playing the game, because he makes it for orchestra instead of making it as game music.
Yeah, and like that can work in video games where there isn't like where there is not a lot of other stuff going on in the soundscape. Like, the thing I immediately think of is Phoenix Wright, where the only sound effects you hear are pretty much the gavel noise from the judge and the music.
Yeah.
And in a case like that, yes, you need the music to be as loud, both literally and figuratively, as possible, because the music is the only thing setting the mood. But, you know, in Dragon Quest, especially modern Dragon Quest, there's more stuff going on.
Oh, we got a bass line in this track. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one.
Sorry, go on.
No, that was my entire point.
The
like,
thing,
probably in the early Dragon Quest games, like the ones that were still in more primitive systems, the music being big and bombastic would have been more fitting and more important. But like if you go to Dragon Quest XI, with all of its HD graphics and sound effects and spell effects and whatnot, the music needs to make room for those other things.
Yeah. The thing I like to compare Dragon Quest XI to is Final Fantasy VII Remake, which does something similar with heavy, bombastic music, but the music serves the experience rather than the other way around. The music is designed to underpin what's going on and elevate it, rather than being something the composer wants you to listen to instead of playing the game.
I also like that there's about 7 versions of Crazy Motorcycle. This one's a good one.
I like it.
Also, black and gold with purple flames. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the other strengths that 7 Remake... I think 7 Remake is in a very unique position, because it takes an existing soundtrack and it builds on it. in ways that make it its own. Like, 7 Remake soundtrack is 7 Remake soundtrack, but it's also an expansion on OG7.
Hence why we have an extra 7 versions of Crazy Motorcycle, making me very, very happy. Now, this is the blue one I like. Blue, gold, a touch of white, and blue flames.
Everybody in spoiler chat is quoting the boss fights that these are all from. And it's very funny to watch.
Pretty sure a friend of mine ended up running this one for the mount so many times that she started saying the lines in sleep. Apparently, my mum still sometimes sings the Thomas the Tank Engine theme in her sleep from how much I watched it as a kid.
Aw, that's kind of cute.
Well, this is actually a Shadowbringers bit of music.
Challenge Dragon.
Where's my Thomas the Tank Engine mount? Mods. If they can put it in if they can put it in Resident Evil 8, they can put it in Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, I'm reasonably sure I have literally seen a Thomas the Tank Engine mount mod for this game.
Oh, I finally saw in person during PvP somebody on the Dreadnought mount from 13, which is specifically only accessible by people who were in the top 100 of PvP of the smaller scale PvP on their server during a certain period of time.
Oh wow!
And we're back to Heaven's Sword with this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, let's head back inside.
Yeah, to Briardien.
Alright, so unlocking this one is going to be a little goofy because it's all random yellow quests. But once we get on track, it'll be easy to just stay on track.
So that's why it's going to take like 5 hours.
Not really. It's not the Moogle quest line all over again. It's just that to
like
unlock
quests.
Yeah. Well, it's literally one quest, and then we'll be on track. So first, we are heading towards the marketplace, the Jewel Crozier,
Crozier.
whatever. Crozier.
Crozier.
Crozier, Minda. Crozier. It's like closure, but with an R.
Alright, so head towards the Crozier, and where's this guy? It's like he's literally hiding in a corner. It's kind of goofy.
Minda, I just said how to pronounce it.
Crozier.
Oh, you're doing it on purpose.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's our guy.
Matthew.
Keeping the ledger?
Okay, so the job you're going to get is keeping the ledger.
Good day to you, miss. How may I help you? Oh, you wish to help me? Do I really look so poor and destitute? Well, your timing couldn't be better. It would seem I have misplaced a record of sales for my most esteemed client, St. Endelim Scholasticate. Said client has requested another volume from the 72 articles of Hellenic polity. There are 14 in total, and, try as I might, I cannot recall which one they specified. 14, 28, 56... 70. Okay, so there's more than 5 per book. But it's not exact, and that bothers me. Where do the extra 2 fall? Is there Are there like one extra one and two of the books in the middle? Are there two extra at the start or the end? Where does that fall?
They're on a free pamphlet.
Surely you can imagine how embarrassing it would be were I to ask them again myself, and they to learn the reason why. That's why I need you to go in my stead. No need for overt inquiries, mind. Just make small talk and surreptitiously examine the shelves to see what might be missing. That's a very odd errand to ask a complete stranger to carry out for you.
You know, the funny thing about that lore is that I can imagine that being the case in like a real life set of academic materials where there are 14 volumes and 72 articles, and it doesn't quite match up, and it bothers the hell out of every student who has to go through that course. Every OCD student who goes through that course specifically.
Yeah.
Turns out all the books are the same length. It's just most of the articles are very, very short. So it's just one book for 70 of them, and the other 13 books are the two absolute Goliath articles.
Yeah. we could have teleported here, but I didn't bother.
Scholasticate Lector.
I won't be able to check the Twitch chat.
Pray, keep your voice down when inside the Scholasticate.
Oh yeah, also Nashu was right opposite the bloke we were talking to earlier.
Oh, was she?
Mm-hmm. Just across the street.
I'll have to check that out. Okay, I'm guessing I'm talking to all of these people.
Yeah. And also, there are a bunch of books in here that are... You don't have to read, but they are fun flavor text.
Sweet. Oh, pardon me. Yes?
Can you tell me which ones you're talking to? Because I can't see.
Yeah, we're all in separate instances.
Teamos sent. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. The 72 articles? Why, yes, I've been poring over volumes 12 and 13. The subject matter is quite dense, hardly something that could be handled in a single sitting. If you have need, I could bear to part with them for a short while. No? I see. In that case, I shall continue my studies. Alright, 13 and 14 are here. You are studying the 72 articles as well. I suppose that makes one of us. I require volume 4. But what?
This is Jan we're talking to for Danny's benefit.
Oh, yeah. I require volume 4, but it has yet to be returned. It outlines the canon laws of the Ishgard Orthodoxy. In truth, these books are all rather dense, especially after the 11th volume. You must memorize the teachings of the 4th to set a foundation for everything that follows. Lee was the last to borrow it, as far as I know, but he's been so busy of late. Something about helping children being bullied. If he is truly so busy, I wish he would at least return the book to us. Alright, Volume 4 is what we're looking for. Arcombedin.
I hate your name, sir. I hate your name.
Ha! A lowborn stumbles into the Scholasticate and thinks herself qualified to study Orthodox doctrine. How droll. Listen, I don't care about your laws, as evidenced by the thrashings I gave the Temple Knights. Our facilities are reserved for those who have potential, like my son. Can I thwack this guy with my stick? I'll have you know that I'm working through the final volume of the 72 articles. A simpleton like you could spend a lifetime in study and fail to comprehend a single word, I expect. But don't let me dissuade you. Start with Volume 1 and mull over the first few pages for a year or so. Man, fuck you.
Can we just... He's on the last book, and they said that the books get thicker as they go along, so that should be nice and heavy to smack him in the back of the head with.
Also, I was wrong. We do, in fact, have to investigate all of these books.
You find Volume 10 lying on the table. No flavor text. You find Volume 6 on the shelf.
Okay, these guys are really, really, really bad
through
at
9.
organizing.
Volumes 4 and 6 appear to be missing. Well, we already have the answer. It's Volume 4 from... Oh, Rovignon, where did you come from? You weren't there a second ago.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Theory, take me. Must we revise the entire curriculum? What do you do here? Though I do still teach on occasion, my primary responsibilities are now administrative, as I serve directly under Headmistress Elviane. Her knowledge of the Enchiridion. I didn't realize the Enchiridion was something outside of Adventure Time. Is without peer, and it is well that His Eminence appointed her to oversee the Scholasticate. However, owing to her age, she is unable to attend to all her duties. Her absence is felt most keenly in these chaotic times, when we must reevaluate the veracity of our entire doctrine, when seminarians and clergy dare not travel unescorted for fear of coming to harm. Oh, by the fury, where in the hells has my nephew got to?
An Enchiridion is a small manual or handbook. The more famous example of it would be the Enchiridion of Epictetus.
Oh, okay.
No, Epictetus?
So it's a term, it's not the title of a book. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of place is this? St. Endelim's Scholasticate is where gods-fearing men and women come to seek a proper theological education. Oh, so I am disqualified. Traditionally, our seminarians would be expected to study a diverse range of subjects, from the fundamentals of Ishgardian theology to the intricacies of canon law. However, due to the recent revelations concerning church doctrine, we are currently re-evaluating our entire curriculum. At this point in time, it is difficult to say what changes will be made. At the very least, I should expect the Trivium and the Quadrivium to remain, but the administration is somewhat divided on other subjects. Have no doubt that the headmistress and I are sensitive to the people's concerns. We wish only to educate and guide them. All right, one sec. All right, let's go back to Lee. The 72 articles. I do recall borrowing a volume. Which one, I cannot say. Would that I had time to read it. Truth be told, my so-called schoolmates have kept me rather preoccupied of late. Not a day goes by without them pulling some childish prank on my dear friend Theomosint. Well, they try, at least. I do what I can to see their plans come to naught. To know they will move on to become clergymen or even prelates. We live in a truly unjust world. Well, that's how theocracies work. Alright, back to the Crozier.
The name Mathieu just makes me think of one of the characters from Devil May Cry 2.
And here's Nashu, right?
Hey, there's Nashu.
So we know where we're going to be next week.
Yep. A gentleman falls rather than flies.
Back from the Scholasticate. Good. So which volume are they missing? It's volume 4. No, I'm fairly certain they have a copy of that volume. Seem to have forgotten the missing volume number. Review your quest progression in the journal and speak with Mathia again.
Somebody else mentioned having Volume 4, so...
Yeah, Lee had 4.
Yep.
I thought Lee said he didn't remember.
I think he might have not remembered what volume it was, but somebody else said that Lee had 4.
Ah, okay. 6 is missing. Look at another shelf, you find 6, 10, so 11, 12, 13, or 14. So it's 11 or 14. Okay. So, volume 11. Volume 11. Yes, that's it. I remember now. Whew, my business and reputation are safe thanks to you. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Ninja Maid. I appreciate it. As I'm sure you can imagine, falling out of their good graces would bode ill for business. The Scholasticate is the cornerstone of education within the church, and all members of the clergy must pass through its doors. With but a word from the headmistress, I could lose everything I own, or worse. But surely the church is different now under... Shit, what's his name?
This is a level 56 quest.
Oh, okay. Emmerich, that's his name.
You're right, but this is a level 56 quest.
Okay, fair enough. But thanks to you, my dear madam, my business is safe. You've helped me more than you'll ever know. Level 56 gear, I'll take the silver piece.
Also, the other job he has, landing a stable job, is worth doing because the reward is a Thavnarian onion, and those are very valuable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's only 2 you can get through quests. All the others you have to grow with a garden.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you use those to increase the level cap of your chocobo. So if you ever want to truly max out the level of your chocobo, you need 10 of them. You can only get 2 via quests. The rest you have to obtain via the market board or guard maid.
Gotcha. Well, we won't do that today.
Yeah.
Alright, are we getting the next quest from this guy?
Yes,
Yep,
we are.
Contradicting convictions. It's the first of the Scholasticate, and it says level 60.
Yep.
So
this is where the quest truly begins.
My dear miss. How fare you these days? Can't say business has been well myself.
Oh, pause. Pause to say that this quest was added in 6.1 to give you an idea of like where we are in the timeline. So this is after Theoden. Yeah, 3.1.
You said 6.
Yeah.
I keep doing that as well, though.
I did not say 3.6. I don't know. Did I say 6? I don't think that.
You did. You said 6.1.
6.1.
God damn it!
Yeah, I keep calling things 6 point and then the correct number.
Yeah, that's the mistake I always make. Is a 6 point whatever. Anyway, so yeah, this was a 3.1 patch. So this is after Theoden is nuked by us. So just to give you context of where we're at in the timeline.
He got Sodden in.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Yes, you are. As you are aware, the church is in a bit of turmoil, and it's taking a toll on my profits. Unrest is understandable, yet there are many who are using the confusion to take out their anger on my best customers. Now, I'm not one to get mixed up in politics, but the students of the Scholasticate pay good gill for tomes and feathered quills. One made a request that I want to oblige in order to keep the coin flowing.
I don't know if you saw that. Somebody from the other clan, the other free company, Frog, just came over, looked at us, and then backed off. It's like we were thinking, like, oh, they're from my free company. Wait, no, they're not.
Frog must be a pretty big free company because we see them constantly.
We do see them a lot.
On behalf of her peers, she told me some disagreeable folk have been following seminarians back to the cathedral, hurling all manner of insults. Easily singled out by their uniforms, they don't feel comfortable walking out in the open these days. That includes around the crozier. If you're inclined to keep an eye out for those who would try to harass the students, I'd ask you to make a round near the road to St. Remino's Cathedral. If you see anyone starting trouble, do what adventurers do best. You know, break it up. Keep the peace. Look intimidating.
But
Don't actually
adorable.
shove a fireball up anyone's ass. That's what I'm good at. Am I intimidating? I'm 7 feet tall with ears to match.
Vera are pretty intimidating, like, just naturally.
Well,
If they
except for
ever think-
Danny's. Danny's a little small guy.
Oh yeah,
I'm
but
I
female,
adorable.
yeah, female Vieira have a menacing aura about them.
I mean, it's kind of funny that that I'm adorable, given that the law for male Vieira is that we barely contain our kill urges whenever anyone comes into the forest.
So basically, Lore and Bryn are inverted. Our lives are hard enough without some fresh-faced seminarian rubbing salt into our wounds. Will your precious words repay us for what we've lost? Will they bring back the dead? Well, no, of course not. But as a pupil of the Scholasticate, I cannot forsake the teachings. If you give the book back, I'm certain I can show you the proper passage to provide succor in your time of that. Oh, that's just making it worse, Theomosent. Ah, religious people. How dare you? As if the lies in this book will keep us warm at night. Better to destroy it than be destroyed by it. Listen, if I have a religion in real life, it's that books and libraries are sacred. So I basically always disapprove of destroying books. So I'm on your side, impertinent pauper, but no.
Curse you, more ambiguity.
Sir, I absolutely cannot allow you to take that particular tome. Come back. Is he really going to? Oh no. You're an adventurer, aren't you? Please, will you help my friend get his tome back? We were on our way back to the Scholasticate when that man accosted us. It has become an unfortunate occurrence these days, but this is the first time someone went so far as to make off with one of our books. Theomosent may mean well, but I fear he will get caught up in a lot more trouble if they outnumber him. I'll go and get help.
So what you're basically saying is that if you had it your way, you get together a task force to go into the Great Google Library, clear out all the monsters, and preserve everything.
Pretty much.
Would it be more appropriate to do this questline as a sage or a scholar?
Well, I mean, we're dealing with something involving the church, so I brought my Dark Knight.
Ha!
Yeah. You're heading to the broom.
Oh god, have you ever seen that one post where somebody says, "My friend calls me a book murderer because I like to cut my books in half to make them easy to carry"?
What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'll see if I can find it.
The best part about the sentence is that, like, it's structured in a way that even single sentence, it has a twist ending, because my friend calls me a book murderer. Okay, that's a bit extreme. What the fuck is wrong with your friend? Because I cut my books in half to make them easier to carry. It's like, okay, no, that's entirely justified. That's a perfect name for... I don't know what... I did not know what you were until I heard... I did not know conceptually what to call a person like you until just now, but now I do.
I've posted it for you.
It's Ben.
It is indeed Ben.
Okay, at least they're cutting vertically down the spine so that you can stick the pages back together. Can you imagine if they were cutting the book horizontally?
They'd have to read half a page, then get the other side of the book.
That would just be impractical.
They're cutting books in half. I don't think practicality is their real concern.
I mean, it is in fact entirely a concern. It makes it easier to carry.
Practicality is the only thing that they're concerned with.
Their problem is that they're thinking about practicality over any other consideration.
Okay, fair enough. I'm warning you, you'd best not meddle with what you don't know. I love how your Godbird is protecting this guy, Minda. Just standing in the way.
Little
where?
miniature bodyguard. Perfect.
I am not sure where this block is.
Well, what have we here? Any ideas on what to do with these two, Ben?
There we go.
Ben,
I was worried.
is
I
that
was
you?
worried.
My goodness, what are the chances of meeting at a time like this? Please, I would appreciate it if you would ask your friend to produce the tome he has taken from me. Oh,
I was worried.
I don't like
for a
his
second
hair.
that- I was worried for a second that your sense of direction had rubbed off
No,
on
we
me.
were both way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's got a xenomorph hairdo, and I hate it. Well, well, Teomacent, it's been a while.
It's been.
How dare you? Careful now. I was in the mood for some light reading. And if you or your friend so much as take a step, your precious tome goes up in smoke.
Oh, then it would definitely be light reading.
Every time you guys make that, it's been joke. I just think I need to watch some Digimon. It's a
Hey,
movie.
Colorsful, welcome. Ah, the Parables of Saint Danaphan. I know this title. It's the one we read as children. I recall Father Trousseau gave you his own copy before you left the broom for your higher learning. Then you know how much it means to me. I made a promise to him to keep its lessons dear to my heart, and I have kept it with me ever since. All the more reason to burn it, to scatter the ashes and your dreams along with them. What did this guy do to you, Ben? He taught us three the same. Why was I left to rot in this wretched place? Why not you or Lee? What made you two so bloody special? Put the book down, Ben, or I'll see you burned as well. Okay. I know I just went on about books being sacred, but they're not shove somebody in a fire sacred.
That expression.
Yeah. Also, you guys are part of the bad state religion. I'm kind of on Ben's side, except for the book burning thing. Of all the people, you'd best watch yourselves. The world is changing, and we won't listen to your lies anymore. I'll make sure of that. Oh, we burned the book anyway. It's too late, man. I'm sorry. You just burned your hands for nothing. Sacrilegious bastard. It's been badly charred. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you won't get much out of it now. Worry not, Lee. I have already committed the entire text to heart. I am just happy it has been returned to me. Typical. You shouldn't let him off the hook so easily, you know. Were it not that I pity him, I'd hand him over to the Inquisitors without a second thought. This? What point in the
3.1. So this is like just after,
Yeah.
there are some growing pains. In fact, that's kind of like the theme of this quest line is
Yeah.
your fascist state just imploded. Yeah, growing pains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is before the implementation of the House of Commons and the House of Lords.
Yeah.
handing people over to the Inquisitors for stealing a book.
Stealing and burning a book, yes. Good
God,
theocracy. Fun for the whole family.
I hate it here. I hate it less in the current day. But, You came to help me, yes? Were it not for you, I am certain they would have turned their hatred towards me soon after. I wish I could pay you for your services, but I'm afraid I live on but a meager stipend, hardly enough for candles and ink. But if you would be so kind as to tell me your name...
I killed you, your pup.
Madam Weaver, I am sincerely grateful to you for your protection. I may not have much in the way of coin, but if you are ever in need of spiritual enlightenment, sure ain't, then you need look no further than the cathedral. Halliday's blessings be upon you. What does one do with a smouldering tome of parables? Will they struggle to abide the lessons of its now blackened words, or rise from its ashes? This answer I eagerly await. This doesn't sound like Briardien, but, Nope, that smile is not Briardien. I'm pretty sure his facial muscles can't contort that way.
Every time they use this effect, it reminds me of Ruby Season 1. It may be a pull at this point, but...
I haven't watched Ruby Season 1 in like 10 years.
Yeah, Ruby Season 1 did this thing with crowds, where they just used blank black silhouettes.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
And yeah, like they were going for the thing that you see in anime all the time, where crowds are like very low detailed drawings. That just kind of like that didn't really work, because like you would have literally just a crowd of shadow people with like 3 main characters sprinkled in, and it was like that doesn't look any kind of natural.
Yeah.
Also, Colorful has found us in game.
Oh, was that who that was?
Yeah. I assume so, because they said they like to pat sprout streamers.
Oh yeah, Amelia Violet Snow gently pats me. Get pet? Okay, thank you. Well, thank you for the pets.
Yeah, I heard that the whole featureless black figure being used to disguise the mystery is a reference to a manga called Detective Conan.
Where are we going, by the way?
Oh,
the Crozier, it says. Duh, I should have looked at my quest list.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's specifically a reference to Detective Conan. Okay, well, that makes sense.
I should read that sometime.
Yeah, I remember watching like the first episode back in Anime Club, but that's about it.
Honestly, it was only this year that I found out that the premise is that he's apparently an adult detective trapped in a boy's body. I just thought, from when I saw the manga, I just assumed it was
some precocious kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like allegedly his goal is to get his adult body back, but like that can never happen because in manga. So at this point, he's been a child for like in real life like more than 18 years, which was how old he was when he got turned into a child.
Oh, so he was still precocious, just lesser.
Anime life process scaling. Yeah. What would we do without you? Looks at Uchikoshi. Oh man, who's Gaytel? Oh, thank goodness, it's just an adventurer. I beg your pardons, but with all the violence in the streets, I find myself all too wary of those who approach me. You've returned, and not a moment too soon. The students seem less anxious, and business has nearly returned to normal. I just realized that we didn't have to do all of the quest objectives. We found the right one first try. That's new. I presume you found who has been harassing them. Oh dear, not again. Where are the patrols when they are needed? They've been spread thin, from what I hear. Fortunately, this lady was willing to lend a hand. I thank you for looking out for the well-being of our pupils. I am Sister Gaytel of St. Endelim's Scholasticate. Man, the Scholastic Book Festivals were really awesome as a kid. Do they still do those? Well, I don't expect Danny to know, because I think they're an American thing, but...
We used to have them here as well.
Oh, really?
Or at least an equivalent.
Cool. And might I ask your... Oh, dear. I know your face. You are Madam Weaver, the one who had a hand in revealing the true history of the Holy See. Heretic. She immediately gets angry at me for existing. What? By the... You mean to tell me I've been tasking the Madam Weaver as my errand girl? Listen, I know, but at this point, it's a hobby. And you accepted it with such grace. Halliday herself could not have arranged such a curious encounter. On the contrary, I believe our meeting is the product of intervention most divine. Madam Weaver, if you would be so inclined, I would like to take you to meet the headmistress of our humble scholasticate.
At a certain point, I think like the Warrior of Light intentionally does not introduce themselves properly on purpose just to get that reaction. Because it happens a lot. Spoiler alert.
By your deeds was light shed on certain inconsistencies in Ishgard's history, and to a lesser extent the Church's teachings. Needless to say, the resulting controversy has strained the relationship between the people and the clergy. The foundation of our great city-state rests upon the wisdom of the Enchiridion. Alas, the lowborn in particular have suffered greatly as a result of erroneous interpretations. Gee, that's an understatement and a half. Erroneous. Ooh, erroneous. That's the word you're going to use? Some have even begun to wonder if all our precepts have been thus distorted. We of the Scholasticate are wont to reflect upon these revelations deeper than most. Although we live as scholars, we had grown complacent, accepting a single interpretation set forth by the Archbishop and his predecessors. Although we are openly re-evaluating our teachings, our students continue to be targeted by those who feel they have been deceived. As you yourself have no doubt seen, there are those who would rather purge the city of all clergy, regardless of their guilt. Oh, she's kind of cute, actually. But with you on our side, surely those miscreants would think twice before harming our students. Pray, come and visit our halls. I am certain the students would be put at ease to see you again as well.
Honestly, she kind of reminds me of Riel's mother, but without the psychotic hardness to it.
Well, there are only so many faces and hairstyles in Final Fantasy XIV. But, no, I like the haircut with the face.
Yeah.
Her eyes are cute, I think.
Oh, while we're between quests, would you like to know something that's been going on this week in 14?
Sure.
There has been a glitch where sometimes during duties, players are just being granted random buffs.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be one of their own buffs.
Or a buff from the particular boss fight. It can just be random.
Like, I have seen a Dark Knight with dual cast from a Black Mage and the stance change from Monk. But here's the thing: for some reason, but not only do the buffs work, they are functioning like boss debuffs that they'd put on the player, meaning they are not removable except by time. As a result, there's been dancers that have been given the, like, you know, you've got the multiple steps in the dance.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's for a technical step, there's 4 steps, and people are being given the buff that you get for having done all 4 steps, and it's not removable. as a result, they are stuck in the position where all they can do is use their most powerful attack over and over and over and over. And somebody got somebody. It happened to somebody during a fight they were recording using a program called Act in order to see what their skill level is and what they need to improve and like. And the record shows that they had nearly 500 uses of quadruple technical step.
Or did not actually finish the quest before you started that thread.
Oh, really? Whoops.
Now I have finished the quest.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's been a thing.
That's pretty funny.
There's another bug on one of the raid bosses that...
So wait. Hang on. Dual cast doesn't get removed except by time?
With this bug, yeah.
With this glitch.
Yeah.
So if a red mage or any spellcaster, I suppose, gets that, they just have instant cast spells. Always.
That feels powerful.
It is actually like less broken than you would think, because so many buffs are like very specific to situations and classes for which they are built. So like instant cast, well, I mean, that would be good for Black Mage, I suppose.
It would be very good for Black Mage.
It would be very good for Black Mage, but like Summoner has hardly any spell casting bars at all. So like and not to mention all of the other jobs that don't even have cast bars, period. So like they get that buff and like you don't even notice it. But sometimes you get the dancer who can only do their strongest attack over and over again.
Yeah,
so like there's like a wide range of potential outcomes.
Yeah, because when you're in that mode, all of your other abilities are unavailable except for on Avant, which is a dash.
Oh, that actually sounds like it would be detrimental, because I'm assuming that really high level content wants the dancers' buffs.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Technical step buffs the entire party.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's another funny bug where at least one of the raid. I'm not. The wording on the patch notes is unclear if this is just one raid boss, or all of them. But in the new raid, bosses with knockback effects destroy pets.
Permanently?
So, like, well, I mean, you can resummon them.
Okay.
But like, if you have a carbuncle out, the knockback effect will just kill it.
Which hasn't been doable. Oh, it hasn't been a thing since Stormblood.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird. I think they should take the opportunity to examine the random buff glitch and make that a special mode. Like, just as a special challenge mode for certain bosses. That would be pretty funny.
Alright, back to the game.
Am I talking to Gaytel then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gaytel looks at you with bright eyes. Ah, there's Briardien! I must take my leave and return to the cathedral. Mathia, it has been a pleasure. Madam Weaver, I sincerely hope you shall consider my offer to meet with the headmistress. Halliday's blessings be upon you both. I was about to say, if that was permanent, it'd be even worse than the Kave annihilation bug from Genshin. What was that bug?
What do any of those words mean?
I mean, I think annihilation and bug are pretty self-explanatory, but
yeah, those ones I understand.
But in that combination,
yeah, none of us here are gacha players. You're going to have to back up a few steps. In the meantime, we are heading to the cathedral to meet an old friend.
Well, friend's a stretch.
To meet an old punching bag.
I'm sure he hopes that this encounter will leave him with more dignity, but if I have anything to say about it, it won't.
It's ironic that Gaetel is leading us to the straight man.
Ha! Madam Weaver, yes? Sister Gaetel was hopeful you would come and visit. She awaits you inside. Kaveh has a skill that basically spins a compass needle around him. It's supposed to immediately trigger dendro bombs when it touches them. Someone managed to glitch it so that it deletes anything that it touches. Puzzles, props, quest NPCs, visiting players. Is this a player ability or a boss? The sound, if this is a player ability, that's very funny. You have been erased from existence. Kaveh is a player character. That's amazing.
It just sounds like the rubber on the end of a pencil in a cartoon.
I mean, the most famous example of this kind of thing is the corrupted blood plague in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, actual
epidemiologists have like studied that because
yeah.
And then it all got ignored when COVID showed up.
Yep. We can't say avoid it like the plague anymore because people do not do that.
Yep.
Is Gaetel half-elf? Her ears are very short.
No, I think she's just a regular elf.
Yeah, I think she's just an elf.
I think if she were a half-elf, she would have, because like with Hilda, she has just a Hure model, but pointy ears, and I think that's like the indicator.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even then, unlike Elizon, her ears are pretty flat against her head, whereas Elizon all have a bit more of a point outwards.
Yeah. These are just small ears, which are like a valid player option.
Ah, gotcha. Madam Weaver, welcome to the Scholasticate. I appreciate you coming all this way, but I am afraid the headmistress is not here at the moment. She has taken leave to rest. Forgive me, but I must ask you to meet with her another day. All right, bye. It truly is a pity, as I too was looking forward to her audience with you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Father Briardien. I have heard much about you from Sister Gaetel. Really? Because we met like 5 minutes ago. In the headmistress's absence, I have been charged with tending to myriad administrative matters. Well, that would ordinarily constitute as simply waxing the seal to a pile of parchments. I have been forced to take a more hands-on approach. The deputy headmaster and I were just discussing a rather troubling event which occurred soon after our students' encounter in the broom, and we fear it may be connected. Oh, there's the motherfucker in his silver boots. Madam Weaver, you are familiar with the statue of Saint Valeriant? No. The one in the center of the forum? Also no. House Zemael's stonemasons have been working on chiseling a new head, and one of our students has been tasked with overseeing their work. Is this the statue of Theseus, then?
I was having to describe part of what the Hildebrand quests for A Realm Reborn are to somebody who just had no context of it, and I ended up having to boil it down to Edgeworth meets Deadpool.
Area man completely unprepared for comedy protagonist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this student has since reported that the piece has vanished from the artisan's workshop. Given that it has little monetary value, Father Briardien and I cannot help but wonder if... What's up, motherfucker? If the culprit bears a grudge towards this student, Briardien, consulting inspector, at your service. He looks slightly to his right and immediately drops his composure and runs away.
Best bit was I'd already clicked to move it on, and you literally described the events as they were happening for me, like perfectly timed.
Lore, what brings you here of all places? Ah, don't tell me.
Please tell me you're alone.
Well, I know where Nashu is. You want to go say hi?
No.
Don't tell me. You were the hero that the students have been murmuring about. I cannot say I'm surprised. You're acquainted with my nephew, Madam Weaver. Yes, mine uncle. You could say our paths have crossed more than once. An idea occurs to me. Lore is an adventurer of exceptional skill in combat and deduction both. Pray allow me to appoint her as my assistant. No, associate, in my work here at the Scholastic.
Yeah.
That's an upgrade!
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you volunteering me for this? I didn't say I wanted to do this. A prolonged...
You clicked on quest.
Like Pokemon trainers, you signaled your intent by locking eyes with them. A prolonged association is like to raise more than a few eyebrows, if not invite criticism.
Are you suggesting that people are going to, like, spread rumors shipping us? It's like...
Listen! That can only improve his standing. I'm the hero that saved Ishgard.
I'm not worried about his reputation, I'm worried about all.
Well, I understand your concern. I'm willing to trust Briardien's judgment. Madam Weaver has shown nothing but compassion towards our students. At least permit me her company in ascertaining the piece's whereabouts. You may judge the value of our association afterwards. We walk away, we get to a secluded spot, and he turns to me like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
He's grabbing you by your jacket lapels.
Is he here? Tell me he's not here. Please. Very well, but no one is to speak of this to the headmistress. I will allow Madam Weaver to accompany you, but only for the duration of the investigation. And for the love of fury, be discreet.
I really do think we're...
Do you think what?
I don't know, like, the way they're, like, talking about it really does feel like they're worried we're gonna...
Wait, hang on. Hang on. This is Briardien's uncle. Briardien probably told him about what happened. And that's why he's reacting this way to me.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my new headcanon.
Yeah.
Excellent. Come, Lore, our first course of action will be to question the student responsible for overseeing the statue's restoration. Alright, this is immediately very funny. I'm sure it's only this funny because of what we're making of the situation, but...
Yeah.
Wait, hang on, is he still in there?
Yeah, he's still in here.
Why'd he walk away then? He made for the door.
Because he walked across the room.
Soot and white pumice dust. We have our boy. Oh, this kid can't catch a break, huh? Madam Weaver, a pleasant surprise to see you once more. Praise be to Halliday. And I see you've brought your assistant. Briardien stares daggers at me as I nod. So, you were asking after the statue piece. I made sure to lock the workshop door, so I don't understand how it could have been taken. Lockpicks exist, kid. But worry not. I take full responsibility and will personally see it returned. No, you're going to tell us how to see it returned, because you are not of the world. Let's just say that.
You can't throw fireballs.
I can.
Indeed.
Briardien's like, yes, she can. That won't be necessary. Inspector Briardien, at your service. I am told you were recently harassed by several ruffians in the Broom, and I suspect they may be responsible for this theft. What can you tell me about these men? Well, one's been... Nothing, Inspector. I had never seen them before in my life. And besides, why would they want to steal the statue piece? It makes no sense. In any event, as I said, the responsibility is mine and mine alone. Now, if you would excuse me. Hey, get back here, you liar. Admirable sense of responsibility notwithstanding, he's clearly hiding something. I can just tell you what he's hiding.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
Briardien is having so much fun at his job, I don't want to take that away from him by giving him the answer. Lore, I think we may find our answers in Foundation. While I make inquiries in the Broom, I ask that you keep an eye on the Forum, out of the way of me. Many miscreants are wont to delight in their misdeeds, and this one may be drawn to the statue. Alright, where are we going?
Back to Marco, it looks like.
I think it's near the Forgotten Night.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, to the Forgotten Night. Here we are. I see it.
You again? I told you not to meddle in my affairs. Away with you! No, I'm pretty sticky. It's hard to get rid of me. Madam Weaver, how did you... I mean, you're pretty distinctive, kid. It's all the marble dust. I suppose I should be honest with you. I am certain the stolen piece is in that crate. I know you are helping the inspector, but I beg you, let me try to reason with Ben first. Ben, please return the statue piece, and all shall be forgiven. You do understand the consequences of what you are doing. Defiling a saint's monument is a serious crime. When Father Chauceau read us stories at the orphanage, you loved the ones about Saint Valeroyan. Do you not wish to see the statue restored? You could jump to the conclusion that he wants a souvenir of Valeroyan. Saint Valeroyan, an azure dragoon who drew the great worm away from Ishgard. For all we know, that too was a lie. The Holy See and the bloody Highborn deceived us, Theo. They built their fortunes on our backs. But you would willingly believe those lies if it meant a chance at a better life for yourself. I knew you were the one behind this. You've been following Theo and me ever since we met in the Broom. Be careful, Lore. He's not going to give it up without a fight. Listen, I can conjure fire from my hands. He's just a scrubby teenager. I can handle him. Theo's like, wait, no fireballs. Wait, all of you. I still believe Ben will do what's right. There you go again, turning up your nose and spewing shite as if you're one of them. Don't you see? I am doing what's right. I'm ridding us of these false heroes. Keep your bloody head in your library and lessons filled with lies. Believe them if you want. You're just as bad as the rest.
This is another one of those situations where playing machinist is the funniest shit. Because, like, you just pull a gun on this guy.
He is right to be angry. I dreamt of teaching our people to walk in Halliday's grace. But when the scripture itself has been called into question, how am I to find my own way? Whatever should I do? Forge your own path. Take the principles you believe in that are actually about treating people well. Forge a new religion out of them. My own path? You mean interpret the scripture on my own? A different approach to our...
We're inventing Lutherans.
Don't even have to give up Helena if you believe that your interpretation is a better example of her will.
A different approach to our faith, to be sure. But mayhap you have the right of it. Forgive me, Ben, but I have come too far to give up now. If Halliday's teachings have been distorted by man's hand, then by man's hand must they be redeemed. That's all well and good, but we won't change Isgard by standing around in the snow. Oh, you're 100% on board, huh? At least Ben left us the statue piece. We'd best return it before that prized peacock starts squawking to the deputy headmaster. Will you come too, Lore? I'm sure he will appreciate your help in retrieving it. Yeah, and I'm down for embarrassing Briardien by beating him to the punch. The man's too full of himself. I'm just gonna watch, aren't I? I'm the figurative muscle, but I'm actually pretty stick-thin. Noodle arms. I'm a mage, not a fighter. What?
I said I don't do lifting.
I skipped arm day, and leg day, and abs day, and foot day. The foot fetishists were really disappointed in that one.
Only day I didn't skip was Fireball Day.
Every day is Fireball Day.
People keep saying it's not Fireball Day, and to please stop burning the houses down, but... You know, omelets, eggs...
We're making the mother of all omelets, Jack.
And thanks to Fireballs, we don't even need an oven.
Theo already explained everything. We recovered the statue piece, and that's what matters. I love how they didn't want to model a statue head, so they just used a crate. Well, that is that. All's well that ends well, yes? Briardien, how's it feel to be outfoxed again? I see you found the boy and the missing statue piece. Care to share with us the details? When all you have is a fireball, everything looks like a thatched roof cottage. Madam Weaver, I see you've returned as well. Lee and Theomosent have just finished explaining to me what happened. I thank you for your help in resolving this matter swiftly. but there appears to be something missing. Lore, pray tell, what became of the suspect? Surely these two wish to seek justice for the theft. No, they don't. Those two will tell you naught, Inspector, for they are the culprits whom you seek. Aye!
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's been carrying the burned book, hasn't he? Alright, who are these motherfuckers? Briardien? Truce. We've got bigger fish to fry than each other. Allow me to shed some light on this. What?
Is that because he's tall?
God damn it, Eddie.
There we go. I can just imagine the buffering icon appearing there.
Allow me to shed some light on this troubling situation. As a son of House Zemael, it pained me to learn that our artisan's precious work had been spirited away. So I saw fit to conduct mine own investigation. I followed Lee at a distance, only to find him and his friend consorting with the culprit. Camaraderie among orphans of the broom is to be expected, but to steal a saint's head so that they may retrieve it is to prove their merit. In such desperation that they would desecrate a tome in this manner, you would expect a seminarian to treat any holy text with the utmost care, even if they are but children's stories. Piss off, you priggish whore, son. Lore was there. She'll tell you you're wrong. Enough. You will all conduct yourselves with decorum, as befits seminarians. Lee, we will discuss penance for your foul language anon. Father Briardien, if I may, the next time the Scholastic apportions work with the sacred monuments, pray entrust the task to me. I am certain the artisans of my house would be at ease, knowing their work was in cleaner, more dependable hands. And as for my ignoble peers, if the comprehension of advanced scripture is still beyond you, such that you require a tattered tome of children's lessons, then allow me to procure for you a new copy with mine own coin. You need not thank me. House Zemael prides itself on its charity to the deprived. My tome, if you would... Oof! His lackey just follows silently.
For what it's worth, books with black paper are way cooler than white paper.
Oh, they're definitely very cool, but you've got to actually have words printed on them.
I mean, the words are printed on them. Unfortunately, they're just under the soot at this point.
Just how long are you planning to lie there? Oh, it's the popular girls. Uh-oh. You're completely hopeless. Another lackey, silently. Oh no, this one actually likes him.
That is the most anime way to hold out a book to someone.
Yeah.
That is like the most anime framing ever.
It is an anime game.
It is an anime.
Thank you, Blazy. Oh yeah, she's... Oh no!
You gotta look at her panties.
I was not looking at her panties, so I didn't.
No, he did.
Oh, he did.
The camera was pointed the wrong way, but his face was not.
Don't push up your glasses at that, Briardien.
Briardien is also realizing he gotta look at her panties.
This is what happens when you let him walk all over you. It'll be a miracle if we're not branded heretics by the end of this term. Lee, Teomosent, consider this a warning. You were saved this time solely by Madame Weaver's integrity and the grace of the Fury. Wait, did I actually take time to... I think I just got here, and they asked me a question, and I never got to answer.
I think they just, like, took him at his word that you would, that we would,
Back him up?
back him up, yeah.
But I will not turn a blind eye if you continue to fraternize with questionable company. The insurmountable wall between the highborn and lowborn. I wonder, did our ancestors build it, brick by brick, or was it fate which drove us apart? And where shall we go from here? Excuse me. Excellent work, Lore. I had no doubts that you would rise to the challenge. Through gritted teeth. Madam Weaver, I must apologize for the behavior of my students. They have been at each other's throats since the revelations came to light. As for your performance, you have surpassed my expectations, and I will allow you to assist Briardien in his work at the Scholasticate. Well done. Hey, you ain't gonna allow me to do shit, Briardien. I go where I please. I almost just said Briardien's my boss, not you, but no, he's not. If I may be so bold, Uncle, though I have but arrived, and this is the only case you have had me investigate thus far, I must say that I found it rather a waste of my talents. I didn't even do anything. It was all lore. While theft is indeed a serious matter, I cannot help but wonder if this was merely some pretense. Surely you have a more pressing problem. An astute observation. I expected nothing. Hang on a sec, guys. Leaves the room, comes back with glasses. I can do it too. I expected nothing less. There is indeed another matter I should discuss with you and your newly appointed associate.
My character actually is wearing glasses, so...
Please tell me one of the emotes is pushing your glasses up the bridge of your nose.
Sadly, no.
Oh, that's such a missed opportunity. It's such an anime thing to do, too.
Not for McCurdy, anyway.
There's another emote that a certain Endwalker character is fond of doing that I also want, but can't have because it relies on having a hat.
Alright. Before we continue, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back in a couple of minutes, guys.
Oh, is that animal? Okay, no, I didn't even realize.
The spectacles emote is what you get from this quest line.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. It's different for each
I
race.
forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Here, I'm gonna type in spoiler chat. It's another remote that I would like to have, but is even more, like, not really, it's like something that only really specifically works specific.
Somebody keeps trying to tell me that that we don't need a Corsair because rogues already fill that that job fantasy. It's like,
No, they
they
don't.
don't. Like,
Well, first of all, they turn into ninjas after like 30.
yeah, I said,
And-
I said no, they don't. They're literally anti-pirates. Like, that's
Mhm.
the entire point. It's like, I mean, did you ever do any rogue quests ever? That's literally their entire thing. They're the pirates who are the good pirates, who pirate from the bad pirates, who pirate
Yeah,
from
you get them
civilians.
for 20 levels, and then you become.
And that's not a right description at all. Anyway,
Yeah.
the rogues are much more like an unregulated underground police force. Their entire purpose is to enforce a form of law, the code, upon pirates who break it. They
Yeah.
themselves do not engage in anything pirate fantasy trope.
Yeah. Like, yeah, there is nothing piratey about the rogue quests. It's also something really funny. I just realized is that, assuming that Corsair is a scouting job, which, logically it will be.
They said
It's-
we will have scouting and casting for the next jobs.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's like, so like it's very funny that the two scouting jobs are literally going to be ninja.
Yes.
It's like, that's a throwback to mid-aughts internet humor, is it not?
Yeah. Anyway, I will be right back myself, actually.
And now I'm here alone. The entire stream is resting on Minda's back, so I suppose I shall keep talking just for the sake of entertainment. Although I have no associates to bounce ideas off of, so I can't really start a conversation. How is chat doing today, though? Yay! I can't even be on screen because Lore's in the private instance, so I can't just like dance around him or provide entertainment that way. Long work week. Yeah, I'm very much in the middle of a long work week actually, because I tend to work weekends, and so for me this is like Tuesday, and so I'll have a day off in like 3 days, and then I can go back to my Fiona and Cake life blog, which those of you who follow me there on my blog can view as well. Fiona and Cake, I am enjoying very much, incidentally. I'm only on episode 6, so I have not finished it, so please no spoilers. Not even in spoiler chat, because I can see those. I also had session 0 of a new D&D, which was a lot of fun. I'll be playing a Catboy Monk this time. That D&D group has been very funny because the last campaign we were very magic heavy. Like, we had a couple of wizards, a bard, a sorcerer, that sort of thing. And like, we were very magic heavy, with the party, which occasionally caused some interesting balancing acts during combat. And so for this new campaign, which we just had a session 0 for last night, I think everybody, we didn't even discuss this amongst ourselves. We just all wanted to do kind of the opposite of what we did before. And so now our party has like no magic users. So like, we've got a monk, 2 rogues, a fighter, a druid, which is a caster, to be fair, but like, druids also do other things besides casting. And then like, the last person to choose what kind of character they wanted to play, we kind of strong-armed them into playing a cleric because we needed a cleric.
Yeah, very badly.
Mm-hmm. And while you're here and no one else is here, are you going to finish Order of the Stick and Peanut? Sometime. Now that I'm in like a live blogging groove, I should probably do that after I get caught up with Fiona and Cake.
What was the last part of OOTS you did?
Probably like a year or two ago at this.
No, I mean what happened in it.
Last time it was like shortly after they arrived up north at the dungeon with the zillion doors. Like
You've got some good stuff coming up.
Yeah, like the evil team met that bugbear, who was a fun character, and her talking wolf, who was like the best character.
Nod head, get treat. Did we lose Danny?
Yeah, Danny went on a break, but let us continue.
Cool. While he's away, we should really arrange some kind of donation drive to replace his TV.
Yeah, we'll figure some out.
Yeah. I had better start from the beginning. It would not do to involve Madame Weaver with our affairs without first ensuring she possesses a proper understanding of how our seminary functions and how we have been forced to change. Yeah, forced to change by me. You're welcome. You see, most men and women of the cloth go on to live fulfilling lives as pastors, academics, and poets. However, those who graduate from the Scholasticate with the highest marks are given an opportunity to serve in the vault, and perhaps one day rise to prominence. The stakes are quite high for those who seek such prestige, for they know full well that their academic performance may determine their future. It is they who strive for the top 3 seats that are granted the Scholasticate's official endorsement, the Trinity. Is Theo one of them? Is Theo one of your top 3 students? And thus the other assholes are trying to knock him out? And so those who wish to guide Ishgard's faithful spend their days accumulating marks through academic pursuits, while at the same time honing their skills to persuade others to share their interpretations of Scripture. I see you getting bored over there, Briardien. If I have to listen to this, so do you. Up until now, it resulted in no more than the occasional lively debate, for the Holy See was ultimately responsible for dictating doctrine. Ranking was naturally determined by one's familiarity with said doctrine. However, in light of recent events, that is no longer an option. Simply put, we cannot currently assess their academic performance in the traditional manner, as a significant portion of the curriculum has been called into question. As a result, we have been forced to consider more subjective methods. And in this time of uncertainty, students are wont to lash out at their peers, whom they fear will exploit this interim system to their advantage. Distressing, I suppose, but what does this have to do with us? I require your unparalleled skills of observation and deduction. Okay, and what will Briardien be doing? The only way to put an end to this bickering between students is to ensure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that our interim evaluations are conducted in a fair and equitable manner. I ask you to stand as an observer. Until a new curriculum is decided, our evaluation system is vulnerable. In other words, you want us to catch the cheaters. Will you two stop that? Precisely. Now then, I have received word that the headmistress has returned to her office in the cathedral. I would ask that you introduce yourselves. He'll be showing me the correct direction to go. Alright, fair enough. But there is something you should keep in mind when speaking with Headmistress Elviane. She was appointed to her position by the former Archbishop. Thus, her views on the curriculum are quite traditional. I would advise you to discuss matters regarding the Holy See with the utmost care. Yeah, I can be discreet.
I'm just imagining Briardien and Frey just holding you from both arms, trying to pull you in different directions. Go this way. No, this way. Or you know which one of us is right. This is like the puzzle. This is like the puzzle. One always tells lies, except you know which one tells the lie.
No, they both tell the truth. Frey left with my sense of direction. She has it. Hello, headmistress. I am Miss Pope Killer. I am known for my discreetness.
Lord, we were supposed to walk across the road. How did we end up in Alamigo?
There are many roads between here and Alamigo. We zigzagged.
Lie to yourself, but don't lie to us.
Although Uncle said we should speak with care, we would be remiss in our duties if we refrained from asking difficult questions. I trust you agree. Hey, listen, I'm on board for upending this whole stuffy theocracy. I've already done it, in fact. So I'm cool with... You know what? You lead on this one. I'll back you up.
Look, if I get to kill another pope, I'm down.
No, I like the current pope. Well, he's not the pope yet. So there's no pope to kill.
We must find brave new lands with brave new popes.
We have been expecting you. The headmistress awaits you within.
Okay, I'll catch up now.
Oh, hey, I know two of you. Who's the third? Headmistress Elviane. May I have the pleasure to introduce the individuals who shall be in charge of keeping order at the Scholasticate. This is Consulting Inspector Briardien and his associate, Mistress Pope Killer. Loreweaver. I must say, Father Briardien, your selections are rather appropriate. We thank you both for your service in our time of need. I trust that Father Briardien has briefed you on our humble seminary. St. Endelim's Scholasticate has produced Ishgard's finest clergy for centuries, including countless men and women who have served in the highest echelons of the Holy See. All of whom were spared a brutal death on the battlefield in service to a misguided war they perpetuated. Or so some might be given to say. Oh, he's going in immediately. Oh, I'm just going to stand back and watch this happen, clapping my hands. Indeed, some might, and they would not be entirely mistaken. For while we were wholly unaware of the deception perpetuated by the archbishops, we did unwittingly sustain it to our sorrow. The idea that we willingly subjected them to false precepts is, of course, preposterous, a contrived fantasy. Nevertheless, some fervently believe it true, and these selfsame individuals have come to view our instructors and students as targets for their misguided anger. Okay, so absolutely they're wrong to target the teachers and students, but there was absolutely complicity in the higher echelons of the Holy See. Like, let's be real. It is of paramount importance that we restore faith in the teachings. Yet how are we to regain the trust of the common man when our own seminarians are embroiled in childish quarrels? I was about to ask why I'm helping these people, but no, it's because I want to help Gatrell, who is very attractive. You refer to this tension regarding the interim evaluation system. Quite frankly, it is but one facet. Classes have also been suspended until we complete our own painstaking review of the curriculum. Some students have taken leave, while the more dedicated have taken it upon themselves to conduct independent work to demonstrate their merits. We cannot allow this situation to continue indefinitely. Graduation is approaching, and we must make our recommendations. But the senior class is divided. They know not how they will be evaluated. Rather, they understand how they will be evaluated, but have no faith that our methods will produce a fair result. A concern not without merit, I must confess. I too suspect that some may be driven to manipulate the interim system to their advantage. I expect some have already tried, but that is why we have brought in outside observers. Inspector Briardien, Loreweaver, if anyone is engaging in unscrupulous behavior, I should have it brought to an end at once. May the Fury guide you in your task. Man, she is very attractive. Holy shit. I'm just openly staring at her, not paying attention to the headmistress.
Hey, gay tell.
How gay
Tell
are
me.
you, actually?
Do tell.
Surely one who desires to join the clergy would not be foolish enough to stoop to such behavior. The Fury knows all and sees all. Yeah, but it's the mortals who they have to deal with, and the mortals they can pull the wool over the eyes of.
Also, Saturn Noir is actually kind of a cool name.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Huh.
To bookmark that for a future D&D character.
So, the headmistress also thinks some of the students have attempted to cheat. How are we gonna... How are we going to find out they're cheating if we're not, like, inspecting them at the test? Are we going to be the proctors? Now then, before we proceed, might you both tell us a little about your students, Father... I guess we were kind of the proctologists for all of Ishgard recently.
Milena, that is very improper. I approve. Keep at it. She's just squatting on one of the pews.
Ha! My apologies. I am Father Saturnois. In addition to teaching the fundamentals of Halonic polity, I also oversee fundraising for the stipends of underprivileged students. While I would like to help you, I think my opinion would not do them justice. I would suggest getting to know them yourselves.
So he's a bursar.
I feel the same way. The way in which pupils speak in front of their instructors is not the same as amongst themselves. In my 10 years of counseling, they have minded their etiquette and are naught but cordial to me. However, I can recommend one of my students who is quite vocal. Mayhap you try speaking with the dormitory prefect, Arcombadine. Given his closeness to the students' social affairs, he may also be able to give you insight into what they talk about. Arcombadine? Ah, yes, the silver-haired boy, a son of House Zemael, as I recall. We shall heed your suggestion, Sister Gaetel, given his duty and status. We won't put a lot of stock in his words, though. At least I hope you won't, Briardien. Hey, don't... Get back here! Answer me! We're on the same page about that asshole, right? Ah, come on. Alright, where's this joker? Yo. I was about to make fun of your name, but Le Brassois? What monster named you? You should sue your parents. Well, I have little interest in noble bloodlines. I am not unfamiliar with the Count de Zemael's sons. So Lee's lackey is helping the inspector now? Has no one ever told you that brandishing weapons is frowned upon in places of enlightenment? That is, unless Lee has sent you to stir up more trouble. Rest assured that my associate inspector draws her armaments only to resolve troublesome situations, not create them. I am one who finishes trouble, but I do start plenty of it, Briardien. We merely came to ask of your well-being and your expectations for the future.
To be fair, from his experience, all the trouble that we have been involved with was started by a certain someone.
It's okay, Briardien. He's not here. He can't hurt you. Under the auspices of the headmistress, I am sure. Very well. I, Lebrassier de Bonfart of House Bonfart, in service of House Zemiel.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
God.
Apparently his parents also need to sue whoever came up with their family name.
They're just... Alright, bra fart.
Oh, that poor bastard.
Oh my God.
Oh, no wonder he's so maladjusted.
God, he must have glommed onto this guy to avoid bullying. Present to you Arcombedine de Zemiel. As prefects for the Scholasticate Dormitory, we are responsible for keeping the peace between our fellow seminarians. Correct me if I am wrong, but are you not the foreigner who went to rather great lengths to expose the Archbishop's falsehoods, responsible for the re-evaluation of the entire curriculum? That's me. Quite the resolution, that. And for what? Every great nation's history is marred by the sins of the past. Alamigo, Ulda, Limsa. Please, each was built on a foundation of lies and blood, and those lies and blood deserve to be exposed, jackass.
Yeah, and
which is not to say we... What?
And I was going to say, those ones, their leaders haven't given us a reason to stab them yet.
Which is not to say we elites should not learn from these mistakes. But we who have served as shepherds of the people for 1,000 years have a duty to maintain order through the preservation of tradition. When a Wainwright cast aside his father's best cart when it has but a broken wheel, more of the cart is broken than the wheel, jackass. Indeed, Arcombedine and I have said as much to those who support a more radical approach. The last thing we need is young seminarians running about crying for reformation. I see. So you both have been quite active in convincing the other students to see things your way. How have you fared? 'Tis hardly a daunting task. Many seek comfort in consistency. Sister Gaytel has tasked us with bringing back the students who took leave. What let our results determine how persuasive we are. I thank you, gentlemen, for your cooperation, and wish you the best of luck with your efforts. Now then, Lore, if these students are bringing back their truant peers, there must be others who are doing the same. Let us split up and seek out the participants. I'm watching you. Okay, this is significantly less imposing considering you've got a solid 8 inches on me, but... Gridania is fine, though. Well, Gridania is also a theocracy, so they find comfort in its success.
Also, with Gridania, more of the problems are, like, from the elementals, not the...
Okay. Now let's see the spear.
I don't think there's much point teleporting, just kind of running around.
Creme of Voix. I forgot how shitty the names in Ishgard were. It's been a while since I've explored.
I have a joke that might be too mean for...
What?
I have a joke that might be too mean for public. Public.
Can't you talk with him another time? I finally got his attention, and I'd rather you not interrupt. That is not your school uniform, lascivious lass.
She kind of looks like she's trying to cosplay a different character.
You too came to hear Crumb of Voix speak. The wisdom of a
specific character, no less.
Yeah, you know who I'm on about, don't you?
Yeah, I know exactly who you're on about.
Little Miss Big Lips.
Yeah.
The wisdom of a scholar with the soul of a poet. When he recites scripture, I just... religious people. A new exotic flower graces us with her presence today. Well met, my dear. Oh, buddy. I am so far out of your league.
Danny, what is it? That cannot be... That must be a gendered greeting. Danny,
Yeah.
What's he say for you?
A new friend of faraway lands graces us with his presence today.
Well, he's not gay, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, buddy. No. I am too good for you. And what am I? Chopped liver? It was looking at me until you showed up.
I mean, I might be down.
Ah, I see. So you are helping Inspector Briardien. A pleasure to meet you. I am Cremevoix de... Man Tiny. But you may address me simply by my first name. Please do not address me as Man Tiny. Okay, sorry, I should clarify. Super religious people who get off on scripture are weird. Regular religious people are fine. So what brings you to the Pillars? Could it be you are to observe how we go about convincing truant seminarians to return? Then by all means, let me show you how it is done. I must admit, I find many of the other students rather intimidating, but thanks to Cremevoix, I am considering returning to the Scholasticate to resume my studies. We were just discussing the responsibility the Highborn have to redress the imbalance. Of the Fury's love will all men receive, and by the balance of her spear will all be set free. So it is written in Volume 11 of the 72 Articles of Hellenic Polity. How would you know? That volume's been gone for months. Equal under her ever-watchful gaze. Would that you graced our halls with your presence once more, that I might favor you with mine own gaze. I fondly recall seeing your lovely face always buried in that tome. Oh, Cremevoix, you did know this. I thought to pen a lengthy treatise on it, but I could not make do once the volume vanished. Well, it's back now. Oh, so you helped Mathia by searching for that tome? With how relevant the content has become these days, I suppose it is not surprising it would go missing. In any event, you've convinced me. I will gather my things and return to the dormitory straight away. He immediately forgets her face. She is out of sight and now out of his mind. Yes, that is the way. One must seize the moment and act upon one's convictions. Life is but a fleeting, fragile thing. Wouldn't you agree, my dear? Okay, alright, buddy. She just saw you flirt with another student right in front of her. And now that the other student is gone, you're turning your attention to her. First off, she can see that you're her second choice. Secondly, come on, man. Don't nod at him. Well, I have done my part in guiding a little lamb back to the flock. And now to celebrate with a well-deserved nap. I bid you both farewell. Please let me talk to the lass. No, get back here. I want to make fun of him with you. Oh.
I keep misreading his name as Cramorant.
God, what a funny Pokemon. I love that one.
At some point we should like try and figure out what Pokemon teams various characters in this game would have.
Oh, that would be fun. Lore, it's good to see you. Fighting the good fight lately. You know it. Oh, hello, Lore. Lee and I were just about to visit our friends in Foundation and try to convince them to return to their studies. It's been difficult since we aren't exactly held in high regard right now. The dormitory prefects have made sure of that. We must do all in our power to motivate our friends to come back to the Scholasticate. Then we can strive for high marks together. Right, and then we can convince our peers that we are just as worthy as any high-born in the clergy. They will welcome us with open arms, and all will be well in Ishgard. If our Combadine and his cronies receive the Scholasticate's endorsement, no one will ever listen to us. We can't let them take the Trinity. She was desperately waving at you from across the street. I'm not ignoring her. I would rather not think of it that way, Lee. Let us just focus on bringing back as many people as we can. Hi, Koshak. Well, that's how the Highborn are thinking about it. The more vocal we become, the more they will see us as a threat. That's why we have to stick together. I don't know, should I get a general cat emote, or should I have that duct-taped cat as the next emote?
I think the duct-tape cat is specific to when actually cause an interruption. You have to stop streaming to deal with him. Or at least step away from the stream to deal with him.
You're gonna have to show me a photo of him someday.
Yeah, I can do that now, actually. I have one saved on Discord.
Cutie.
Got a very cute one, right? So
This I gotta see.
you continue on, I'll look for it. I'll share with the stream as well.
Aw, that's a cutie.
And that's a cheeseburger backpack he's sleeping on, by the way.
Aww.
Aww.
He chunk. Love.
Very
He has
cute.
got a little chunky.
Very cute.
There's a lot of people.
Wow. They're blazing. All these people are making me nervous. I mean, I was not able to bring anyone back, so I'm not even part of the competition, but even so, I hope that Theo did well. Yeah, me too. Curious about the result? I cannot imagine why. I see no reason to expect anything surprising. With all the young women returning, mayhap I will have more incentive to linger in the library. But I do not see Ula. No, I already talked to you. I want the bra man. If our performance is to be taken into account for the final rankings, then I must say our Combadine and I have nothing to worry about. After reviewing the preliminary numbers at the dormitory, I am looking forward to the results. The dormitory rat has quite the smile on his face. Could it be that he was able to gather more students than us? Well, I did everything I could, and even if I did not guide them all myself, I am glad that so many of our peers have come back. We shall announce the results anon. It would seem that our Combadine and Le Brassois had quite the advantage, given their experience managing the dormitory. Right then, let's see how competitive these students truly are. It brings me joy to see so many of our brothers and sisters return to the Scholasticate. Sister Gaytel, the floor is yours. Gaytel's just like, well, that was already going to be the occurrence, our Combadine. Shut up.
It's a very nice floor. I like the tiles.
It is pretty nice. I think that's a rug, though. Thank you, Arcomedine. I will now announce how many of our stray sheep each student persuaded to come home. Both Theomacent and Lee were able to bring back one student each. Aw, Blazy's clapping for them. Jonchette guided 2 back into our arms. Arcomedine and Lebrossois were each able to convince 3 students to return, the most of all. Excellent work, all of you. What about the student Cremovois convinced to return? Oh, is this true? Are we missing someone from the Count? The girl you speak of has formally withdrawn from the Scholasticate. Apparently, she was not all that enthusiastic about returning, as she led Cremovois to believe. Perhaps she chose to play along so that he would cease his harassment. Okay, oh my god, I just noticed his facial hair. Perhaps it was for the best. She rarely engaged her fellow students, instead choosing to sit alone and read the Articles of Hellenic Polity. Given the recent revelations, I suspect she became disillusioned with the faith. Strange you would say that, Lebrossois. When last I spoke with her, Ula was quite interested in Volume 11's equal under her ever watchful gaze passage. Well, that you and your master would sooner pretend did not exist. If she were the victim of harassment, I rather expect it was at your hands. Are you implying that we had something to do with it because we did not share her views? What rot! You dishonor yourself and your house with such baseless accusations. Rather you would, if aught remained of your house to dishonor. Oh, that would hit home. I yield, good sir, I yield. I lack the qualities the Honourable Lord Arcomedine possesses, which enable him to deliver such observations. Well, if Ula has withdrawn, then I must mourn her departure by walking through the dormitory halls reciting excerpts from Volume 11. Oh ho ho! And how do you intend to do that? Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity has been missing for some time now. The tomes themselves are inconsequential if one has taken the words to heart. How fortunate we are that the wisdom of our forebears is not so easily forgotten. Would you not agree? Oh, get him! Get him!
Get him! Like this guy now?
Yeah!
Yeah. You know, we really need to suggest that they keep more than one copy of each book.
So, well, apparently there's only like 12 students in the entire school, so they don't need it that bad. Such impudence as befits a 6th son. For all his failings, his father was wise to send him away. At any rate, we are blessed that this handful of truants have returned to us. Truly, it is the Fury's will that we overcome these trials and tribulations, and move forward with a singular vision for the future. A student with a keen interest in a controversial precept who withdraws without explanation. This seems rather odd to me as well. Mayhap it is worthy of our attention. Just to time out the day, obviously I'm not done, it's only been 2.5 hours, but just to time out the day, how much of this quest is left?
We're most of the way done with the first third.
So this is going to take a couple of streams then.
Yeah.
Lore, were you present when Cremovois spoke with Ula? Sure was. She seemed pretty receptive. So she was indeed enthusiastic about returning to the Scholasticate.
Okay. Did you see the text at the start?
The text at what?
The description of the Indian box?
Oh, no, I didn't.
It was... Briardien stands there adjusting his spectacles.
What a shocker!
as opposed to literally any other time.
So she was indeed enthusiastic about returning to the Scholasticate. Then why did she instead decide to withdraw? Cremoval but accused Arcomedine of having a hand in it, as well as the disappearance of this Volume 11. Not more than slander spoken in anger, perhaps, but the situation does merit further investigation. We look forward to your results, Inspector. Mistress Weaver, if I might have a word with you in private, pray meet with me near the plaza in front of St. Raymond's Cathedral. I meet with him and he's just like, so I've got this third inspector. His name starts with an H. I want to bring him in on this.
There are a bunch of people here to talk to, and I'm going to talk to them because I bet that's interesting.
I have no interest in this short-sighted squabble over seat rankings. It is only natural people would try to take advantage of an unfortunate situation. Find a way to atone for the distortions of truth and guide the people back to the faith in a peaceful manner. This is what I will focus my efforts on.
Can you imagine if we actually did get Hildebrand involved in all of this? There is absolutely no way the Scholasticate can keep up.
Whatever her reasons, it is our loss. Ula was an excellent student. I'm sure you're always... Oh, I got way up in her face. Whoops. I'm sure you're always wondering why I stare at Theomacent. No, I wasn't wondering. It seemed fairly self-evident, actually. He always seems so confident, so I thought maybe I could learn from him. I don't really have any outstanding talents, and I get discouraged easily. But when he's around, I feel more positive about what I can accomplish.
Oops, I accidentally hit auto run, so I just literally walked off and left her when she was saying I get discouraged easily. Like, whoops, that's not going to be good.
Oh, that's rude.
I get discouraged easily. Okay.
Oh, poor thing.
I feel guilty.
Cremoval can say what he pleases, yet it does not mean it is the truth. In a state of confusion, even blatant lies can seem like rational thought to the desperate. Faith in the Church must be restored not through word, but virtuous deed. Is that not what we seminarians should consider in determining the future? Well, you could start by gaining a little virtue, brawfart. I am considering ways to alleviate animosity and unite the seminarians of the Scholasticate, yet it is a daunting task. It is always easier to fuel the flames than to put the fire out. There are some who are clearly provoking my peers. Alright, let's go find Ula. No, we're talking to Saturnois first. Oh, Power Ranger. Plurn? Well, that's an interesting guild tag. Plurn.
Maybe we could plan from him.
Arcomedine and Lebersois are truly impressive. That they were able to bring the most students back to the Scholasticate. They surely have a way with words. Would that I had such skill. They probably convinced people who were already here to say that they were coming back. Theo can be so thick-headed sometimes. He doesn't realize that all those students Arcomedine and Brofart brought back will make our lives a living hell. At least Father Saturnois understands the stakes. Thank you for coming, Mistress Weaver. You are already acquainted with my two best students, Theomacent and Lee. Oh, you guys are top of the class, huh? They have sought my counsel in their quest to obtain the Trinity seats, and I have been more than willing to oblige them out of a desire to ensure that all students are given equal opportunity. I am not blind to the machinations of our high-born students, after all.
Oh, I think I get it. I've been wondering for a while why these two don't have the red stripes on their Scholastica outfits.
Oh, it's because they're commoners.
Yeah, I think so.
I know not what Arcobadine and Brawfart have said to you, but I advise you to weigh it carefully. You witnessed their treatment of a fellow highborn student, did you not? And it should come as no surprise that they regard their lowborn peers far more harshly, discriminating against them with whatever means at their disposal. Those two believe that less fortunate students lack the potential to become great clergymen. But if Theomosent and Lee can obtain the highest marks and secure their places within the Trinity through their hard work and virtue, then these misguided beliefs would be proved wrong. Yeah, but do you really expect them to take that lesson to heart, Saturnois? Even if we were to succeed, what difference would it make? Those who disagree will not be so easily swayed, and those who sympathize will be reluctant to speak out for fear of reprisals. Then you must find allies who are fearless, who do not flinch in the face of threats. Mistress Weaver, have you come across any who fit that description? Well, there's the Flirt. What about Cremevoix? Which is the question of the day, apparently. I thought so as well. He seems to treat everyone the same, and he defended Ula's honor at the assembly. The highborn lecher, who skips out on sessions and can't even stay awake for the ones he attends? Theo, are you daft? If he did decide to help us, I wouldn't even want it. No need to dismiss him out of hand, Lee. As Theomosent said, he spoke out openly against Arcobadine and Brawfart on behalf of Ula. He might be willing to do the same for you two. Absolutely not. I don't trust any of the highborn. Sorry, that was very rude of me, highborn teacher. Look, I'll help with finding others, but you're on your own with Cremevoix. Very well. Mistress Weaver, will you accompany Theomosent? One cannot be too careful, especially with the rise in assaults on the clergy. Lee can take care of himself. He's got punches, but Theomosent is, not of the world. Thank you. I am certain we can find him in the pillars in his usual spot. Excuse me. Oh, that was so close. I'm not going to get anywhere at this rate. Well, I appreciate a scholarly debate as much as anyone. Your bespectacled friend does not seem to understand that this is neither the time nor the place. He's a little busy getting laid, Theomosent. I thought he would be more receptive to my appeal, but instead he seems rather annoyed. Can't you and Freckles see we're busy? Leave us be. Freckles? You certainly have a way with words, my dear. She is quite right, you know. We have more pressing matters to attend to, like pressing bodies. Cremevoix, please, will you not help our cause? I believe us to be like-minded individuals, those who desire a new path for the Church, one based on principles of... So earnest and forthright. How adorable. I can hardly resist pinching those soft, supple cheeks. Very soft and supple. I think about them constantly.
Okay, maybe a little bit by.
Oh, for the love of... Come, darling, let us go somewhere that will afford us privacy. An offer that I dare not refuse. Good luck with whatever it is you're about, Freckles. Well, that didn't go well. He's gone. No, I cannot give up. The future of the Church depends on us. I was not given an opportunity to explain in full, so I will not leave his side until he hears me out. No, okay, let him get laid, and talk to him after his post-nut clarity, Theomosent. Alright.
Okay, I just noticed the quest title.
Oh, she's a rogue.
Oh, she's into that. Oh, he's into that, huh?
This is not what you think. Aren't we persistent?
I mean, we're not here to kink shame, but. Alright.
Rescuing people is my kink, Minda. Aren't we persistent? Well, if you value his life, I suggest you listen to me this time and leave us be.
Freya did make that quite clear.
So she did. Now, let's not get too hasty. I'm sure we can resolve this matter peacefully. Listen, man, sometimes you just need to fireball somebody. It's fine. Agreed, so long as you don't try something stupid and give me cause to cut his throat. Was she hired by the asshole students? Did I not tell you I was preoccupied? You there, take Freckles and get out of here. Oof! Release him at once, or I'll summon the watch. Don't you dare. The affairs of House Mantidy are none of your concern. She demands recompense, and rightly so. If I must pay with my life, then so be it. I will not allow it. Oh, do not look so glum. If I must look upon your freckled face before I ascend to Halliday's halls, I would rather you favored me with a smile or some such. Father's sins are mine alone to bear now, mine alone to answer for. Mayhap in death our house shall at last be redeemed.
I mean, do smiles? Would smile really suit this guy? I'm told smiles better suit heroes.
Oof! Oof!
Okay.
Well, that was mean.
That's just mean.
I call a monopoly on all the smiles. They're mine.
If it is recompense you desire, then you shall have it, but not with his life. Oh, he does have freckles. The Fury forgives not those who kill their fellow man for wanton purpose. Permit him to address your grievances with coin, and you may have your justice without sin. Furthermore, I offer myself to you as a hostage in his place, that he might be free to secure sufficient ransom. Have you gone mad? I told you, this is none of your... I will not abandon such a pious soul, one who shares my desire to make the world a better place. Oh, that was a well-animated expression. We are not so different, Crabavois. We have the chance to make amends for the sins of our fathers, to make Ishgard whole again. I cannot do it without the marker. That took you a second.
I was laughing at something else.
Oh, all right. Well, shit on me then. Okay, I see how it is. You really are something else. Making a bloody speech about changing the world at a time like this. I offer the wealth of House Mantidy as ransom. If the lady agrees to these terms, then I will go and retrieve it at once. I'll take her silence as a yes. No, I don't think you can assume that. Now then, come. I've always wanted to tie someone up.
And then the smile.
Okay, I'm starting to think he might be bi.
Just a little bit.
I love how like our entire era and straight, maybe bi. Okay, maybe straight. Maybe bi. Okay, yeah, probably bi. Maybe straight bi.
I can't believe I agreed to this. You had better hope that no one walks this way, or else your friend will pay the price. Understand?
At first he was giving off red flags, now they are just rainbow.
You need not worry about me. I promise I will not move an ilm. We will have to travel to my family's old estates in the Western Highlands to retrieve your ransom. I presume you will wait here until I return. For now. But if you do not come back quickly, with a great deal of money besides, this one's life is forfeit. Is that clear? Quite. As for you, Freckles, do not do anything else reckless. He just starts rolling down the street. Mistress Weaver, I must ask that you come with me. I don't have enough upper body strength to carry that much gold myself, you see. It would not do to go through all this trouble, only to be waylaid by bandits on my way back. Let us make haste. Oh, Ben's probably going to save Theomacid, isn't he?
Can I just stab her? I have a very big sword.
She's not even holding the knife to Theo's... Her knife is sheathed. We can just thwack her right now. All right, my first actual mount ride of the day. I got the chair.
The chair! Get for the chair!
I assume that is a reference.
Oh, it's a wrestling thing.
Yeah, it's just a pro wrestling thing.
My experiences with wrestling are I once borrowed as a kid the PS1 SmackDown 2 game, and also a friend showed me the Shockmaster's debut, where he was supposed to bash through a fake wall all dramatically, but he trips, goes face forward into the floor, and he's wearing his costume is a stormtrooper helmet covered in glitter.
Oh yeah.
Your mount made a horrifying noise as it unsummoned, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me. My family's fortune is buried not far from here, but I would rather retrieve it alone. Pray, remain here a moment and keep watch for bandits and wild beasts.
Like the one you're about to walk towards.
He immediately gets eaten by the wolf.
Destination.
Doing so much damage now. I love it. One second, I gotta take off my headset for a sec. Headsets, plural. I have what we came for. Now then, let us pray that Freckles is still alive and well. Pray return.
Almost, Law. Almost.
Nope, not Theomaset. I want to talk to the asshole. Excuse me. It's about time. I'm freezing, and had half a mind to skin this one to keep warm. Now then, hand it over. Pulls out 5 gold pieces. Pulls out 10 gold pieces, and that's all his family fortune is. Here you are. The entire fortune that was bequeathed unto me. Share it with your people as recompense, starting with the families of the bereaved. On behalf of House Mantiny, I am truly sorry. She's just a brigand, creme of voix. Or maybe not. Alright, so how much of that fortune was... How much of your fortune was that actually, creme of voix? Theo! Fairy, forfend! What have you gotten yourself into this time? I swear, I leave you alone for but a moment. I was never in any danger, Lee. I prayed to the Fury, and by her hand was Cremoval returned to me. No, it was by my hand. If you really want to extend divine providence, it was by Rauger's hand. I am terribly sorry to have involved you in my personal affairs. I should have known that the lives of my family would not be enough to sate the small folks' thirst for vengeance. Think nothing of it. I, too, lost my father, so if you ever have need to speak about it, you can confide in me as a friend. My father sought to curry favor with the Holy See, and so he raised great levies to send to the front lines. Honor was his prize, but it was bought with the blood of his subjects, and, eventually, his own. The small folk had come to resent his demands for service, and when the truth of the war was revealed, they revolted. The mob overran the manor guard, and my father and 5 brothers perished at their hands. Had I not been sent away, I would have surely died with them. Are you hurting yourself over there, Minda?
No, I just needed to... I was just, like, futzing with stuff on my desk and forgot to mute.
Our fortunes had grown poor following the calamity, you see, and since I was the youngest, Father bid me leave to make my own way. So, I enrolled in the Scholasticate, with hopes of becoming a bishop to bring honor to myself and my house. But now... No, there's no use dwelling on what could have been. We must look to the future and do what we can to make Ishgard whole again. Every moment is sacred, and you helped me to see that, Theo. Consider me your friend and ally. Well said, Cremoval, well said. Together you may yet bring about lasting change. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Without the endorsement of the Scholasticate and the support of our peers, no one will listen to us. What's more, I still haven't heard anyone explain how we're supposed to get seats on the Trinity. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, Lee. Besides, we still have plenty of time to work something out. See, I knew he wouldn't take this seriously. Calm yourself, Lee, and keep an open mind. Now, let us return and discuss our next course of action. Oh, I nearly forgot. Inspector Briardien was looking for you at the cathedral. He wished to speak with you regarding his investigation, I believe. All right, well, once again, I've been doing the legwork. Hey, there's a frog. Well then, my associate, have you anything to report? Excuse me. A former subject of House Mantiny demanding recompense for the misdeeds of Kremavo's father. How fortunate that the situation was resolved peacefully. My investigation has been less productive, unfortunately. I thought to speak with Ula, the student who withdrew from the Scholasticate, but I cannot find her anywhere. She's probably tied up in Archambadine's dorm room. The same must be said of the infamous Volume 11, which contains passages extolling the virtues of equality. Like the girl, it has vanished without a trace. The circumstances surrounding these incidents suggest deliberate intent. Someone may be attempting to turn this tenuous state of affairs to their advantage, but if so, then to what end? For 1,000 years, a sickness has ravaged our city. It has festered within the hearts and minds of our citizens, and in our clergy especially. Treating it will be a long and arduous process, but an altogether necessary one. Our role in that process is clear, to diagnose the root of the Scholasticate's ailments. If there are malicious forces at work, then it is our duty to see justice done.
And I know just the man we need to call. In this serious and somber moment.
I was just about to say, it's really funny that they made the Hildebrand quest line in 2.x. And they did that whole thing. And then for 3.x, they were like, oh, you know who people liked from that? Briardien. Not Hildebrand. Oh, they were trying to write serious drama, and everybody just wanted more goofiness. How's your girlfriend, by the way? Is she out of prison yet?
I think attempted genocide is going to have her in there for a little bit longer.
Oh, just a little bit. In a time of unrest, when the light of truth was also the righteous, the children looked to one another for guidance, that they might walk in her grace. Oh, I'm guessing that's the end of one of the point X's.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the end of 3.1.
Oh, we've got a ways to go then.
Got a ways to go. And I don't think that's that they were like, ooh, Briardien's popular, we should do him. I think they were seriously like, Hildebrand doesn't really fit expansion, so we're going to have Briardien, do a growing pains into a kidnapping plot storyline. And then people just really, really liked Hildebrand, so they some Hildebrand anyway. In Shadowbringers, they did actually commit to Shadowbringers is not an expansion.
Okay, you're breaking up real bad. In Shadowbringers, they did commit to what?
In Shadowbringers, they did commit to no Hildebrand, so there is not a Hildebrand side quest.
The COVID restrictions prevented it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the intent was, this is a more serious expansion. Okay, let's throw in Hildebrand anyway.
Well, they said they really wanted to. It's just unfortunately they couldn't do it for Shadowbringers because of COVID.
Oh yeah, there's that.
I think that was the only real casualty besides
an ultimate fight.
Oh yeah, the ultimate got delayed rather than completely cut.
Yeah, it got delayed until Endwalker, but yeah, like there was a, like there were supposed to be 2 ultimate fights in Shadowbringers, and there ended up being 3 in Endwalker because one of them got delayed due to COVID.
When did Endwalker come out again? Was it 2021?
Yeah.
Yeah.
End
No,
of 2020.
we've only had 2 in Endwalker.
Oh yeah, we had only had 2. Okay.
Ultimates are the ones where it stacks together a bunch of encounters in a row, right?
Sort of. No.
They're the hardest difficulty in the game. It's not that there are multiple encounters so much as they are multiple phase super bosses.
Yeah, like with a hypothetical Alexander ultimate, it would be some melding of the pre-stages and then the Alexander fight. You guys explained this to me a ways back.
Yeah, but that's not like that's just like Ultima Weapon is just Ultima Weapon.
Oh.
Well, there's no Ultima Weapon has the primals beforehand. Then it devours them.
Yeah, I mean, having sub bosses is a good way to extend things, but that's not like the rule. That's
I mean, they do all have different bosses, but I wouldn't describe it as putting a load of different encounters together, because it is all one run. If you lose at the end, you go back to the start, and it much more feels like one coherent, continuing boss fight rather than multiple encounters.
Fair enough. I would still describe one boss fight with several bosses melded together as a bunch of encounters melded together, but I get your point.
Anyway.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
I have the level 25 and 30 Conjurer quests left. How long do you think those would take?
Not long.
Okay, well, we'll do some more Briardien before we do that then.
Yeah, we've done 4 Briardien quests so far. There are 8 left.
Oh wow, yeah, we're only a third of the way done.
Yeah, I told you.
I can't help but notice that these 4 were patched 3.1, whereas the next 4 are patched 3.4 and then 3.5. So I'm wondering if there might be a risk of any possible spoilers for upcoming MSQ.
Oh, that's a good point.
Probably, I wouldn't think so, because 3.3 and 3.4 moved away from Ishkar.
True.
We could just do class quests for now. I'll during the week I can scout ahead on this quest line and
this is going to be at least a 2-stream experience anyway. So yeah, why don't we stop Briardien here, and you go ahead in the Briardien quest then.
Yeah, I'll do that. You go do White Mage and maybe something else.
Yeah,
if we have more time. To Gridania.
To Gridania. To White Mage and then to Gridania. Conjurer, I should say.
Yeah, Conjurer.
Which we can also do that one quest.
Yeah, we gotta do the Unicorn quest.
Yeah.
Gonna do the what?
Never mind. You'll see. Well, you'll see when we get there.
All right. To Gridania.
Did I do that quest? Yes, I did. Okay, good.
Yeah, we had some lead-in to the Briardien stuff today, so it was more than the 4 quests. So we'll probably have enough time to do the rest next week.
As long as we focus up and stop getting distracted by things.
Yeah.
That's a big ask.
That's a big ask, but still.
This is Distractions the podcast. Like mother, like daughter. Welcome, Lore. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloistered heart of Stillglade Fane. Glad I am that you have come, for I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. It concerns, yes, young Sylphie once again. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely troubled the poor child. Yeah, I don't blame her. It appears Sylphie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word that they have spotted our wayward Sylphie. Considering the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. Thus, I turn to you to escort Sylphie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray, travel to Buscaron's druthers and speak with Wolfew. She was the conjurer who first chanced upon Sylphie, and will be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. That name seems familiar. Is that somebody I've run into, like, months ago? Or is that just because there are so many weird names in the game that they start to sound the same?
I think they were involved in an earlier conjurer quest. I think we're one of the people that were training you.
Oh yeah, that was her. What is this status symbol?
Which one?
Sio Pruman.
Oh, that's busy.
Oh, is that a do not disturb status that you can set?
Yes, but I'm still going to poke them because they are lying.
Oh my god, I'm on the crab! Oh my god, it's so goofy! It's so fast! This is pretty funny. They didn't even bother to animate this thing flying.
Yeah, a lot of the mounts don't have proper flying animation because they just wouldn't make sense. I think my favorite is the T-Rex because it kind of just swims through the air. It's very funny.
Time for crab. Whoops, I passed by. Wolfew divines the will of air. Nolinel is deeply rooted in earth, and I claim some small degree of mastery over water. False modesty aside, that we three were chosen to respond to this disturbance suggests that the situation is dire indeed. Is it a fire element disturbance? 'Cause that's the one that's missing. Lore, you have grown much since we last spoke of the mysteries of Earth. Though you are no doubt capable of defending yourself, I must nonetheless advise you against venturing out into the wilds until such time as balance has been restored. Now watch me. Nope, not Joaquin again. The fire element expert is Lore. We meet again, Lore. I assume Brother Asumi warned you of the corruption my companions and I have been tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of this extensive blight is found to the southeast. The shrill, discordant voices of the elementals shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the withered treant. I suggest you give the area a wide berth. You're making it sound really attractive to me, Wolfew. I'm an adventurer. Considering the potential dangers, you might imagine how alarmed I was to discover young Sylphie wandering about this part of the Twelveswood. It seems that her mother, a woman who healed with conjuring but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sylphie herself had her head buried in some manner of tomb, but if she is as sensitive to the elemental's murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray, speak with the child and see that she is well. I would do so myself if our current duty were not so pressing. We will, in fact, be setting out at any moment. Hey, I got my first doge. Bit ostentatious. Metal fur.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Fun.
Oh, she's right here. Oh, she's right here. She's not wandering in the wilds at all. Lore? I should have known that Wolfew would tattle on me. And Brother Asumi sent you to take me back, didn't he? This is where my mother used to live, you know. Right here in this bar. She got sloshed every night. Right up until she passed on, folk were grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains how nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art, how there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjuring altogether. Ugh, I've never heard the voices this mad before. I bet it's because Wolfie and the others are overusing their art. We have to go and stop them. Really, Lore? You couldn't stop the child? Come on. Alright, now we can fly away. Oh, that's a funky effect. God, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage. Proceed. Fly. Dots.
You mustn't use any more conjuring. You're only making nature more furious.
Oh, that's a big old treant. Oh my god, that did so much damage.
No, this is wrong.
Oh my god, there are so many. Okay, I'm supposed to be killing this tainted earth sprite.
Elementals are helping us?
Never has the earth so confounded me. I must apologize. Yeah, that was a little chaotic, guys. Thank you for your timely assistance. With the origin of the corruption now neutralized, we should be able to cleanse whatever traces remain. You possess quite an affinity for the elements. That was most impressive. Yeah, you should see me when I can cast fireballs. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it really was safe for conjurers to borrow that power if I hadn't seen the way you wield it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. Pray return.
Did you mean to return?
No, I teleported to Briardien.
Oh.
I was just saying pray return because we're going back to a town. I really should save pray return for when I'm going back to, when I'm casting the return spell, though. You're right. Welcome back, Lore. And you also, Sylvie. Brother Asumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Oh, I forgot to delay my mic for, the stream. Oh well, it's too late now. Yes, thanks to Lore. She showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was her very love for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sylvie, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. Full glad am I to hear that, for I must ask of you one more question. Yes, Brother Asumi? He just goes, what the fuck is wrong with you, kid? Don't run off into the wilderness. When you first witnessed Lore cleanse a corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices? Well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd letting out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. Oh, wait, hearing the voices of the elementals is something only, like, the kid crew can do, right? The ones who are...
They're the ones that are chosen by the elementals to do their will, but...
Their bidding.
But there are hearers that can hear without that.
Ah, gotcha, okay. I am sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. What you describe are the voices of the elementals. You may very well possess the talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Just don't freeze her in time at age 12, okay? Of course, much relies on your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude, but have thus far lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. Putting aside such matters for a moment, I am curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud lore. I assume from the reports I have received that it was of a different magnitude to those which you have previously encountered. Am I correct? Ooh, this bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the Twelveswood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasing frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the Twelveswood. I shall commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Lore, Sylphie, I may have need of you both before long. Until then, give yourselves over to the study of our art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Alright, don't need the wand. None of this is better than what I'm wearing, so silver piece. Kaneseta looks like she's like 20, because she's casting an illusion that makes her look like that. She actually looks like she's like 12.
I'm
oh, hey, baby Vieira.
Oh, yeah. Right, ready player, look. Oh, level 2. And also very short. Yes, I realise she's still, like, a head above me, but still.
Alright, this should be the level 30 quest in Nature's Embrace. Yes. Oh, we get Cure 2 from this. Ah, Lord, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the sizable disturbance you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread, and I would have you assist in the investigation. Guildmaster, you must let me help! Sylphie? Since I got back from the South Shroud, I've spent all my time studying the forces of nature, for the past 5 minutes even. I even sat through one of Hero Nolanel's lectures. The 12's Wood is crying out in pain. My skills are still a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Look, unless you can apply a second arrow debuff, I think it's best for you to stay home while I fight the monsters, Sylphie, because I'll just have to babysit you and heal you up. Lacking? Sylphie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So I am to stay here, then? She is absolutely going to run off and join the fight, isn't she? Not necessarily. Lore, with your consent, I would have Sylphie accompany you once more. Yeah, okay. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sylphie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjuring will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. Sylphie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Lore at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. I know you're talking to her, but you might as well be indicting me for that. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. I get out of the room and I was like, hey kid, you want to fuck up a monster? Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me we should start at Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Lore. And hurry, the corruption is spreading.
The way you read those two lines back to back, it sounded like, hey kid, wanna fuck up a monster? Yes, Guildmaster.
Alright, to the South Shroud. Yet another bunny. Is this one taller than me? I think I'm max height, actually. Yeah, I'm taller than this one.
Yeah, you're max height, so this one's going to be small.
To the South Shroud.
Same size at most.
To the southwest. There's the tainted soil, Lore. Please, do what you can. Sylphie, are you going to heal me, or are you just going to stand there as an NPC? I do not have Kiss All Greens on my hotbar at the moment. Oh well.
Whoops.
That was brilliant, Lore, but it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north. No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. Okay, hang on. Excuse me. Oh, that's not very far away at all. Oh, nope. Hey, fuck off. Alright, thanks for the save, Melina. You're doing really well, Lore. But I think there's another one that, well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes, to the east. Am I not getting EXP for these enemies? Weird. Nice work. The Earth here feels healed. And yet, there's another disturbance, and it's big. Really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wrong-er. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Aizumi said we weren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And, however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. Some respect on my name. All right, cool, thank you. What I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here. Somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? Absolutely, kid. Oh, it's literally over the bridge. Ah, here we go. All right. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voices of the forest to notice that, do you, Lore? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less... Well, it just felt less. I scared it off. What can I say? It's almost as if it's holding its breath. Or hiding. Draw your staff, Lore. Do you see that? Just to that one spot, there. The air seems wrong. Oh, it's an Ahriman. It's a void scent. That's what's causing all the problems. Her last name is Sweetwind? That's adorable. Oh, it's summoning buddies. But I'm going to kill it before anything bad happens to me. Oh, shit! Ow!
Interesting. Kind of interesting to think how often lower level content, the big problem was void scent.
Alright, apply arrow. Start casting stone. And then when the when it summons the corrupted thing. Aha! Tainted Earth Sprite. Come here. Any others? No. Okay, cool. Reapply arrow. Oh, shit! Sophie, will you heal me, please? My time, my fight. Alright, alright, alright.
She's doing some healing.
Oh, it healed itself. Alright, we've almost got this thing.
Heal myself, Conjure.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, she's fine. Isn't it amazing, Lore? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry, healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. And I have you to thank for that, Lore. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Asumi. And get scolded. Worth it. Man, in a world where enchanted earrings are an actual tangible benefit to adventurers, it would be standard for adventurers to get their ears pierced, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah.
you'd almost never see an adventurer without pierced ears.
Probably, yeah.
Unless they're clip-ons.
I suppose those could have been invented by now. All right, back to Gridania.
Although I suppose for our rare it'd be pierced horns.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird that those are fleshy and soft.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that baby conjurer is here at the same time. I wonder What level are you, lady?
They were level 2 when I saw them earlier. So they've probably just been out fighting the baby enemies. Oh, you know, you get people with piercings everywhere. Imagine the stats they'd get.
I think D&D addresses this by having you can only attune to 1 or 2 things in each thing. Like, there's some lore reason why you can't attune 10 rings at once.
Yeah, I forgot what it is though.
I saw this. Who do you think would win in a fight? Like Ichigo with all Bankais, Luffy with all devil fruits. It's like, wait, isn't it a law thing that if you eat more than 1 devil fruit, you explode? I don't think Luffy would win. Something like that.
Huh.
Like, there's some deadly reason you can't have more than 1 devil fruit.
I didn't know that. Welcome back, Lore, Sylphie. You've got some explaining to do. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the 2 of you conspired to defy my orders? Well,
yeah,
the forest was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. It's not Lore's fault. It's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Okay, kid, I appreciate it, but I'm plenty responsible for wreaking havoc, and I will always take credit for that. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akumon had taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I am not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you... Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Lore, and then I suddenly felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, Crush 40 riffs start playing, and nature responded to your need. But we must not forget your part in this, Lore. It is clear to me that you are a horrible guardian, and also that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings. Thus, it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magics. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Silver piece, yeah. Cure 2, the first skill I've learned from the Conjurer quest line. Alright. Oh, that's 1,000 MP. Oof.
That's an AoE heal, so it's...
Okay. So I'm going to put that on R2 triangle.
Wait, am I thinking of Cure 2 or 1 or 2 or 3? Oh no, Cure 2 is just a really big heal, and that's the heal you're going to use more often.
Should I replace Cure 1 on my hotbar with it?
Probably, yeah. You shouldn't get rid of Cure... Don't get rid of Cure 1 entirely, but yes, put Cure 2 in the place where Cure 1 was.
Yeah, it will almost always replace it, but if you level sync down, you might need it again.
Yeah, like move Cure 1 out of the way, but put Cure 2 in its place.
Gotcha.
Because it is now your main heal.
Oh, 15% chance next Cure 2 will cost no MP. Interesting.
That's worthless. That's a trick. That's a trick. That's a trick to trick scrubs into using Cure 1.
Yeah, you'll end up using more MP to do less healing that way.
Yep.
Seer Folly is the start of the White Mage quest, right? Or is that the end of the Conjurer quest?
I think that's the start of the White Mage quest? I don't know. Is it blue?
Yes.
Then yes, I believe that's the White Mage quest.
Soul of the White Mage. Presence of Mind. Reduces spellcast time and recast time and auto-attack delay by 20%. Yeah, like a White Mage is going to be auto-attacking game. Come on. Task for a skilled adventurer. Lore, I am glad you have come. I have a task of a most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other to whom I can entrust it. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Connie Senna, Elder Seed Seer, leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, and guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no introduction. But know you also of her siblings? The two young Pagels, Sister Raya O Senna and brother Avrun Senna, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily, such import that it would be no overstatement to say that the very fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood, and most of all, the Great One who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees that shelter us have aroused the Great One's ire, and it is only by the quieting, the ritual of which I spoke, that he may be placated. Thus did the two Seed Seers set out for Evershade, with nary a guard to accompany them. Therein lies the rub, and the nature of the favor I ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of the Seed Seers, but with the Great One's anger mounting, the Twelveswood becomes a threatening domain for even the most puissant of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade and see that no harm befalls the two.
Before you do that, come over here. You want to talk to Brea, and I forgot what the name of the quest is because I did it some months ago, but it's
Unicorn Power.
It's the one that is not essential oil.
Well, I don't have essential oil, so a Unicorn Power. Benevolent adventurer to tend a wounded beast. Your deeds of late have earned you the respect of all at Stillglade fame. People say you are a breath of fresh air within these still caverns. Truly, you are an inspiration to us all. Having plied you with praise, I would make a request of you. An unusual creature has appeared near Fallgourd Float in the North Shroud. Witnesses report that it is badly wounded. While it hasn't proven itself a danger to the locals, a wounded beast is unpredictable at the best of times. Please, find it and provide it with such succor as you are able.
So this is a weird quest, and the reason why we're doing it now is because you can only do this quest as a conjurer, but not as a white mage. If you are a white mage, you need to unequip your jobstone in order to have access to this quest.
Weird.
It is weird. I don't think it's the only example of a quest like this, but if there are others, they are very, very, very few and far between. I don't know of any other quests that do that. Danny might be able to think of one.
I can't think of any that require classroom.
Okay.
But I can't really think of any
non-job quests.
Yeah, that require specific jobs.
The creature appears to be in great pain. Well, let's cure 2. I was trying to cure. There we go. I guess you have to use cure itself.
Another reason not to take it off your bar completely.
The creature seems grateful to you. Report to Briar, okay? So which is the most populous starting town?
It varies by server. Usually Limsa, just because of the market board being right there. But I've seen other servers where it's Gridania or Ulda.
Yeah, from my experience, people are usually hanging in Limsa the most. I know it's because like Minter said, the market board is right next to the Aetheryte, but I tend to avoid going to Limsa just because it's further away from literally everywhere else in the game, so it costs more gil to get to.
You have tens of millions of gil. Are you really going to penny pinch like that? I guess that's how you got tens of millions of gil.
I mean, I also have tens of millions of gil, and I don't do that, so...
Welcome back, Lore. Were you able to find the creature? And what did it look like, if I might ask? Four-legged and tall, with a pristine white coat, and a single horn protruding from its brow. There is no mistake. That was a unicorn you healed. Unicorns are rare and majestic beasts, native to the inner region of Kurthus. They are extremely shy, and are wont to avoid all contact with man. The notion that you were able to gain its trust is most thrilling. I've seen enough wild creatures to know that its behavior towards you means more than simple gratitude. Nay, the unicorn must have sensed kinship in you. Should you doubt my words, Lord, pray take this whistle and prepare yourself. A truly uplifting experience awaits. Literally, the unicorn can fly. Unicorn whistle. Hell yes.
You know, head to South Shroud and check that out, actually. Camp Tranquil.
Nope, we're going to Bed Branch Meadows and trying it there. Because that's where the White Mage quest is.
Oh, there we go. Right. I'm just used to Camp Tranquil because that's where the White Mage mentor is going to live 99% of the time.
Mount guide. My 29th mount. Where is it? Unicorn.
Lore, want to check this out? Wait, Lore, come back.
Where are you? Ah, there
back.
You are. The evil unicorn.
The nightmare.
The nightmare, yes. This is a rare drop in the A Realm Reborn Extremes. Well, some of them, like the main three. It's the main three primals that have a chance of dropping it.
Cool.
Anyway, onward.
According to the flavor text, all the primal mounts that drop used to be nightmares before they were blessed by the primals, except for Shiva, which used to be a unicorn before the blessing.
And blessing in big quotation marks.
Yeah.
Why would you lower the price by 200 gil?
Are you playing the market board over there?
Yes. I've switched to my main character just because I've already done these quests.
Yeah.
Curses! How can we hope to make it to the Guardian Tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I'd known what we were in for, I'd have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oh, do not be such a coward, sister. We are seed seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. All right, bowl cut. Talking a big game.
I wish that hair were available for players. It would be so funny to go through that haircut.
I said 700 by accident last time, but apparently it's literally 700 still less per item this time. Oof.
Bold words, brother. But were they true words, we would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safely at our destination bells ago. Yo, so, a conjurer, are you? Brother Asumi, ever the worrier. For once, however, his solicitude is most welcome. Might you help us dispose of these fell creatures? Have you no pride, sister? A seedseer does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. I am an uncommon adventurer, thank you. At this point in the timeline, I'm an uncommon adventurer, not a rare one.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely haven't upgraded to mythic rare yet.
Enough, there, though.
Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform. A duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk. Let us see to these pests. Oh, big old Bane Mite. Oh, get away from me.
Plus, I know what fate spawns near where you're off to, so I don't want to risk seeing that.
There are a lot of little squishies around.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. So Cure 2 is an AoE heal, you said?
No, I was thinking of Pure, which you will get later.
Oh, I've been silenced. Okay, they are healing each other. Good. Oh my god, this is chaos!
Chaos. Chaos!
We've still got a range of time to play that.
Play what?
Stranger of Paradise.
Yes!
What days are we even all available?
For me, it just kind of varies. Most weekdays except Friday.
Monday's good for me.
Maybe we'll do that next month.
Yeah. Yeah, I can make time on a Monday.
Yeah, I was planning on doing some 14 extremes on Mondays with a friend, but he said that he wouldn't be able to do that in the afternoon anyway. It would have to be during the day, so shouldn't clash.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you would go do extremes first and then Stranger of Paradise?
Yeah.
That crystal! Do my eyes deceive me, or does this adventurer inherit the legacy of a tower cat? A tower cat what? It was none other than Atawa himself who last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventurer's arrival is mere coincidence. Bearer of the soul crystal, inheritor of arcane knowledge, long since forbidden to those not of our kind. I know not why it is you he chose, but I believe our great forefather has led you to us today. God, his hair. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 Pajals. Ah, but I misspeak. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Master Atawa truly has chosen this adventurer as his successor. You speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that Pajali tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings with those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk it falling into the wrong hands. Well, I was chosen by either the spirit of your ancestor or your gods. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake, even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home? Have you so little faith in your own abilities, sister? We are seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beasts in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. Okay, so the three of them are not conjurers. They're white mages, then. Carrying on the tradition in secret.
Yep, complete with jobstones.
Alright, bye. Oh, this petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventurer, I am sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling squabbles. If you've the time, I would speak with you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, and come quickly. Time is of the essence. So if tradition says you gotta have 3, why'd you only bring 2? Why not bring your other sister? Or Asumi? If Kane-seta's busy, surely Asumi would.
And there's another one in Quarry Mill.
Camp Tranquil. Moogles! Why, I've served Raya O since she was a little girl, no bigger than me, Kupo. She has matured much since the calamity. Her brother Arun, on the other hand. When she was a child, Raya O had quite a temper. She's a sweet little girl now, but a Moogle does not easily forget. Even now, the sound of her voice makes my fur stand on end, Kupo. She can hear you, you know. Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help that he was born with a head of solid stone. Anyways, I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Raya Osena, a Pajal, as you can see, and sister of the Elder Seed Seer. You are Lore, yes? Brother Asumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. As you no doubt have heard, my brother, Arun, and I were en route to the Guardian Tree. There, the Great One, by whose graces we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians when at peace, a destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, so goes our fate. The creatures you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too were roused to hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need only look around you to see. The forest grows more and more threatening with each passing hour. So it is that we traveled here to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. So, you are, ever so often, you have to perform a ritual to seal your angry god. And you think this religion is grand?
I miss Teddy. I wish Teddy were here for this.
In days of old, the ritual was, without fail, performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with a white mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honor. That gem marks you as an inheritor of the magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear as day to me. You are not Pajali, but Atawa can't meant for you to be here today to perform the ritual with us. Atawa Kant is known to all as one of the greatest mages in our history, but even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land and its people wheresoever he went. A most admirable cause, yes? But, alas, Atawa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, and, having taken no apprentices, his legendary powers were lost to us for eternity. Or so I believed, until I met you. And yet, for all his stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. Well, you ain't gonna slap a pair of horns and immortality on me. Well, actually, I'm a grown woman. I wouldn't mind being immortal at this stage of my life. But I'm only gonna help you out with this once, then my responsibilities are elsewhere. There are reasons for this, which I would share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Atawa's will that we bring you into the fold, and so I welcome you, Lore of the White. I'm Lore of the Black, actually, but I accept this title for the moment. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet, while you may have been chosen by Atawa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Wait, hang on. Does that Hrothgar have exposed skin, not just fur?
It's just tan. It's just tan fur.
Oh, okay.
Lord Elf the Grey.
Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training. Da, 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 da. White Mage unlocked.
Just reminds me, we in the most recent in the patch this week, we may have gotten our first look at female Hrothgar. I say may because it's like a little teaser for like the next expansion where we see a mysterious character TM appear that we just see their foot. And so somebody like jiggled around the camera in that scene to like get a better look at this NPC, and it's literally just a foot.
Just legs.
It's just a disembodied. It's just a disembodied pair of legs.
Yeah. It's like have you seen the pilot for Cow and Chicken where it zooms out and shows that the parents are just pairs of legs? It's like that.
Yeah, and
there's no
so pretty much everyone looked at, and so pretty much
you got out.
They're just hiding it until they're ready to like actually like show off the full thing.
Yeah, it is definitely a female Hrothgar. There's no tail, but there's back the back heel of their shoes are open and there's a fair texture, and also while you can't see it, the data mine model, you can see that there is a gap on the thighs where there is tufts of fur coming out.
Yeah. So yeah,
cool.
Our first sort of kind of look at female. They exist. They are really coming. For all this time, we finally have our first hint Hrothgars.
Yeah. There's also possibly a hint for what the caster job is.
Oh, it's a pretty big hint. It's kind of like all but confirmed.
Yeah. One character holds like a cloverleaf charm, and the cloverleef is the emblem that is used for the green mage in Tactics Advance 2.
Oh, cool.
Which, if that is what we're getting, and not the Pictomancer like we thought, that means that there is a good chance that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles teaser T-shirt was just "They are green."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Mage and Hrothgars also confirmed in the patch this week.
Nice.
Hey.
Huh.
Well, that's a good 4 hours of streaming.
Yeah, and that's a very good stopping point.
Yeah.
I've got to admit, I dread the idea of it being a green mage, because that would mean I'll have to wear green.
You don't have to.
I know, but it's a green mage.
I mean, I know plenty of red mages who don't have red color palettes in their glams. They're all freaks, but they exist.
I don't like green.
It was very funny last patch, and it's changed since then, but like, for a while there, the best red mage weapon had a blue aura around it.
Yep.
And everybody was just like looking at that like, what?
Yeah.
And then the most recent patch came out, and the new weapons came out, and it's red again. But like, there were a lot of very confused red mages for a couple of weeks there.
All right. Well, that's where we're going to end for today. Yeah, we got some stuff accomplished. Next week is going to be more Briardien. No more class quests. We're going to try to blast through all of Briardien next week. And we'll save Hildebrand for the week after if Briardien takes as long as I think it will. Yeah, we'll do Hildebrand the week after and some job quests, probably. So that'll be it for today. I'll read my schedule and get off. Before I do, I would like to plug my Patreon, which you can find either in the description of the YouTube video or with the ! Patreon command in Twitch chat. I make my living off of Patreon. It's my sole source of income, and I make enough to pay my rent and my bills, but I don't make much beyond that. And I'd really like to have something in reserve for emergencies, for medical emergencies, for if I need to replace stuff, you know, the works. So if you could go to my Patreon and pledge $1 a month or $1 per stream or anything in between, I would be grateful. I get to do what I do because of all of you. Everyone who pledges makes it so I can do this strange, silly job for a living and make content for you all. I love my job, and I'm endlessly grateful to the people who pledge. As for the schedule, I don't even need to look at my schedule because all week is going to be Baldur's Gate 3. Except for Monday, because I've got a doctor's appointment. And also there may be a day in the rest of the week where I go help my stepdad with getting a treadmill out of storage, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We've been talking about doing that for the past 2 years, and it still hasn't happened, so I expect him to beg off again. I made that sound like he was doing me a favor. No, I'm doing him a favor and getting my mom's treadmill out. So yeah, that's what's coming up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
Ciao for now.
Bye.